Welcome, everyone. Welcome back. It is time. We're back.
It's happening.
It's been so long. It feels like forever for me. But we're
Literally
back with more Starfound. And I cannot tell you how excited I am to be here, everyone.
Hell yeah.
Welcome back. Welcome, freshies, as well, to Starfound.
Freshies.
Amazing. I'm just going to sell us high right at the start.
Yeah.
We're an amazing, like the best.
Probably.
Probably. I mean, I wouldn't push it that far. We're very good.
Yeah.
We're a very
awesome.
good real actual play podcast.
Real life.
Real
this
life.
fall.
An actual play podcast and Twitch stream of Starfinder, an amazing space fantasy role-playing game by Paizo. I am Miles Duffield, aka GM Miles, and I'm going to be leading these beautiful fools through the beginning of our third act, because we've been streaming for well over half a year now, and we've been doing this podcast for how long?
I would
It's
say
a-
the
it's a
podcast,
long time.
Yeah.
Long time, and we have had 2 full story arcs happen and close. I have to confess, I don't think I've ever gotten this far into anything in my life that I've created.
Into anything, not
Anything ever.
even further than any other role-playing game.
I've gotten pretty far into a bag of chips. So.
True. I have
You're right.
actually finished a couple of those.
Yeah.
So let's jump in. Why don't you all introduce yourselves, and we'll go for it.
Sure. Well, hey everybody, I'm Anne Richmond, aka Hearthsinger, the head bard in charge around these parts. This is my channel, but tonight I will be playing Amarukyuka, the Solarian who'll nuke ya, Vlaka, bow to your queen, boo, and give me that awoo! That's me.
Nice.
I'm always where we're gonna blow out the microphone.
You do every
Listen,
time. You
we
do every
probably
time.
do, but it's
Oh.
it's a part of the show. It's something we all have to do. It's a part of the ritual.
See, I mimed. I didn't actually say anything. So.
Oh no, I went full woo.
All right.
I
And
concerned
we're-
the neighbors. Speaking of, hello, Internet. I am Dexter Warren, Afro Sundere on TikTok. Just hit 1600. So, 1655.
Ooh.
But anyway, tonight I'll be playing Jabberwocky, Skittermander Technomancer, spreading heart, smile, and robots.
Hell
and
yeah.
some secrets.
Some
Amazing.
secrets.
Fantastic. All right.
And now we get to the point where it's either Helena or I, and we never know which
We
one it is.
fight for it each time. You go. You
I'll
go,
go.
Parker.
Hi there, my name is Parker Wallace. My pronouns are they, them, or all pronouns. I have a YouTube channel where I post content at Parker Wallace, which is ParkerWallis. But tonight, on Starfound, I play Castor 9, an android mechanic operative, the pilot of the Kingfisher, and an android who knows how to dress like a dapper gentleman. Happy to be of service.
Hell yeah.
Oh boy. How can
just
I
feels-
follow that?
Oh god. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Helena. Go ahead.
I feel like we're all gonna die in this episode. It's okay. Hi, I'm Helena Anderson, also known as the Magic Llama Mood. I don't know. I have this impending feeling of doom, but it could just be like the world, how the world happens to you
Yeah,
sometimes.
I get that.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm a person on the internet. At the Magic Llama Mood on Instagram and TikTok for my random stuff, and then YouTube. I will put the link in the description right meow. But I post new videos every Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern at that link, and a little teaser because I always give a teaser about my video for tomorrow on Thursdays. It is D&D related.
Nice.
Rejoice.
Yes. Yes.
But
Rejoice.
tonight, I'm going to be playing Juleskia, who is a Kasathan mystic scholar. And she was well known in elementary school for doing a bunch of puppet shows for her friends because she has she has multiple arms, so like 4 of them. But she would get her feet involved. It was this whole thing, and she thought she was really good, but all her friends only watched her because she would be really bad at it. And it was a whole situation that came up in therapy quite a bit later.
Great!
Starfound!
Starfound!
just feels so good to hear everybody do their intros again.
I know.
It really
it's so
does.
sweet.
A long
The
time, it feels
ritual
like.
has been enacted and then enacted.
An
And
anemone.
now our dark works can begin. Now, for those of you who do not know, or perhaps those of you who need to be reminded, we do have a Patreon, patreon.com/StarfoundPod. This is where you can find currently all of our content, behind the scenes content, and in between shows, we do all sorts of like drawings and songs and we've done lore dumps on there. So any number of cool little things that you can enjoy or even use at your own Starfinder tables, those are all available on our Patreon. We would love if you would go check it out and see if it's for you. This is kind of a unique opportunity for you to see what's on a Patreon before pledging, as opposed to, taking a chance on love. We cannot guarantee that everything that is free to see now will remain free to see forever. Amazing. And also, thank you, Ancient Edie, for celebrating our illustrious return with those 100 bits.
Love them bits.
Thank you.
Bits.
Bless.
All right. So,
Here we are.
are we ready?
Nope.
Everyone's like getting their claps ready. All right, let's dive in, everybody. Six months have passed since the earthquake, the storm of worms, and the discovery in the dungeon. 6 months of relative silence. 6 months of rest and respite. Maybe. 6 months of rest and respite for some. For those who chose it. But I'm pretty sure that all of you have been hard at work in one way or another. Summer has turned in its slow way on this moon into the early... Well, it's gone actually around quicker than one might expect because of the size of this planet. I don't know. I don't speak planetese.
You don't? Oh,
Big
no.
surprise. I've been faking all along.
Yeah.
We're just
Me
gonna,
too, bro.
We're gonna go past that.
Exactly. It is early autumn, and the colors are beginning to change, and new species are crawling out of the woodwork, and it's beginning to get colder again. Everything is starting to collect food for the inevitable coldness that's descending. The hard winter of Brightclaw is coming. And you can just begin to taste the ice in the air every morning.
Can't wait.
However, all of you have been up to, I'm sure, a multitude of things. I have things that have happened, and we're going to address all of these things back and forth, I kind of feel like, right? Who wants to go first? Who's, got there right out of the gate? Well, let's say this. Right out of the gate, the first response to the chaos in Brightclaw was a massive amount of frustration that there was not a larger standing military, right? Mm-hmm. People scared of being taken advantage of, blaming Amaruk and the rest of the council for being too soft, and also, to boot, too worried about infighting among Amaruk's, opposition, to worry about the actual protection of Brightclaw, something that was always super important to the Grin, obviously. So, the response to this was the establishment of a state military and certainly a state navy. And we talked about this a little bit. Why don't you share our discussion? We had a long talk.
Scrolling up very quickly through the ravings of a madwoman. Okay, so here we go. Found it. So Amaruk has certainly she has worked with the council to secure ships through the funds that they have been able to collect over their time in Bright Claw and the contributions of the Vlaka and everything that we've been able to sort of resource as far as in game terms build points for our last honestly 6 months of arc. We were able to turn around and spend those on a large destroyer fleet. Now, in this fleet, we have a handful of large starships and a destroyer class fleet. Balances raw firepower and armor with maneuverability and versatility. Destroyer fleets often boast an array of mid-sized weapons well suited for illuminating numerous smaller targets. So if somebody sends a squadron our way, kapowie! We're going to shoot them out of the sky because that's just how we do it. And I think that's pretty much it. We do have the ability to these ships also have gravity wells that they can basically fire out into space to slow incoming forces down. And we have trained up special forces to board these vessels and be able to shoot out of pods to land and board incoming ships. So Vlaka, who have been trained up in soldier skill, they're soldiers.
Combat.
Yep.
Combat.
Yeah,
Combat training.
We have transitioned some of these sort of board forces from amongst the Vlaka who used to spend their time hunting the tundra to now use their skills to build up sort of a combat force that specializes in boarding other ships. And we also spent some points on just plain old defense, because if you have something cool, you don't want it to explode.
Absolutely. I'm curious how you are manning these destroyers, right? Like, how are you? Is it by volunteer? Is it like, what's the deal with your military?
Well, like, Miles, I'm so glad you asked because I have no idea.
I mean, everyone can chime in, right? This
Yeah,
isn't just
yeah,
for
yeah.
Amaruk. You guys are in the council too.
Yeah, how do we think we would have done that?
Kia, I know what Kia would suggest.
Yeah.
She would be into the idea of having volunteers, especially the ex-pirates. They're going to want to freaking fight something because she wants to freaking fight something. And so I think I think maybe approaching ex-Grin members even first, make it look like we know that they're really good at what they do.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
And go with the whole, like, you know what? You're right. We do need a military. So who wants to help us build it?
Totally. Are there any
you know?
incentives you're providing other than just payment, obviously?
I think there's payment, and I think there's, like, if we could also potentially say that they get a percentage of any of the treasure commandeered from any.
Very
they should
British,
be
yeah.
Well, pirates should be allowed to pirate if we're allowing them to be pirates, right? Because we have said they can gamble, there can be drugs, there can be all of these things. They're just taxed, right?
Yeah.
So let's allow them, unless anybody disagrees.
I mean, I don't know how much the term pirate is going to really help us. If we're going to make it official planet business, I think privateer might be a better term in terms of optics, at least.
Yeah, optics are very important. Also, is there a vetting process for this?
There
Background
should
check?
be. Absolutely, there should be.
Not everyone should have a blaster.
I agree, especially since we found out people were trying to fucking riot. After we don't want to be like, would you like our military? Like, that's not a thing. But I think another thing that I'll suggest is that I think my sister would make a good commander. She has always been a strong part of the Vlaka military, and she has been trained to run these sorts of things. So I think if we allow Dirtbath to continue to run ground forces, and we allow her to be an admiral in our privateer military, then I think that would be smart.
Fantastic.
agree.
Are you making any additional ground forces as well?
Well, we do have some things to spend, so I did not have a book that told me how to do that. But I had a book.
Let's figure it out.
Yeah,
Let's
I had
go.
the, I
Yeah.
had the new Starship Operations Manual, but I was like, I don't know how to make a military on the ground. Don't know how to do that. I
Well,
don't know
how
what the
do-
rules
Yeah,
are.
so let's use our big beautiful brains and let's do some imagining. What do you imagine? Well, all of you, what do you imagine this kind of military to be? Right? What would the Bright Claws forces look like? Would it be a volunteer and irregular militia? Would we have standing forces, or is it like a mix of the two? Is it something else? Right? Talk to me.
Well, we have, don't we? We do have some of those protection from that we purchased, right? From what's his face?
Yeah,
From
yeah. They're much.
Yeah,
they're
so we
more
have-
like police.
yeah, they're
Right.
more like police. Okay. Well, what do you think?
I think that we should have a combination of like our people and then also a volunteer, like National Guardy side. Yeah, because there is a lot of pride within Bright Claw that we can
Yeah.
use.
I think that's true, and I think we can talk to Goruk a little bit about, he's a very good fighter as well, and give him, something to do. I think he wants some responsibility. I'm trying to show him that, he is valued. Maybe fight a little less with him, and I don't want his talents to go unused.
And he has that cool arm now too. It's really
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, he does. She seems like a little less excited about that, but it's an arm that he has. So, yup. She says the other thing we could do is try to reach out to other settlements on the planet and say, hey, we have already built this navy to protect the planet. Are you interested in Mulan style sending any representatives to be a part of the military, because that would be planet wide and not just, it would be beyond our police in our kind of city state here.
Totally. I mean, the only
Bear
other.
people.
I mean, the bear people are like technically a part of your city state.
Oh yeah, they're now.
right?
Yeah, I
Um,
love
Did we
them.
just annex them?
Kind of.
Kinda.
They don't really have the
They're
strength
living
to
with the
stand on their own.
Vlaka
They're
in
living-
that-
yeah,
in the
exactly.
city ruins
Yeah.
that we have down the way.
Yeah. So they came in for protection, and I don't. Well, let's roll a dice. Let's roll a dice.
Let's roll the dice.
Yay!
First dice of
Welcome.
the game.
Thanks for that follow, Death Dice and Dungeons.
We love them
Oh,
follow.
Welcome to the
thank
baby
you.
bards.
Woo!
Yeah, they're doing pretty good down there, right?
Oh,
There's
good.
like less of them than they'd like for there to be, right? And they
Yeah.
they wish there was a little bit more water, but they're able to like go out and go fishing and stuff, right? According like
Yeah.
what they're more used to.
Yeah.
So we've talked about we're gonna do a volunteer militia that's gonna be trained probably by Goruk,
Yeah.
right? Specifically,
Mhm.
and he's gonna run that. And
Be
it's
a
gonna be
man, you must be swift as the force.
thank you.
I knew
Yeah.
it was gonna come.
It's gonna be irregular, right?
Yeah.
And they're gonna
Mhm.
only be called up when they're needed, right?
Right.
And then our main force, what size are we hoping to make it? What kind of troops are we gonna create, right? Like, go to town. Use it. Have fun.
Well, they're gonna be cool, Miles.
What
That
what
much I
kind
know.
of cool?
Right.
We need like a cool cavalry that rides on cool local fauna.
I'm
That would be cool.
So
Yeah.
into that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We need like a mounted cavalry section.
So we would need to
Like a Henry
find suitable
cavalry.
mounts.
Yeah.
Yes, because that is something we need to ride. Anyway, sorry.
Okay, whoa.
Back into character, and you led me astray. Um, but no, we could find. We'd have to find suitable fauna that would be able to sustain themselves in battle.
I'm on it.
Excellent.
I'll be testing them out. That's what I've been doing the past 6 months. Every once in a
Yes.
while, going out and trying to like ride things.
Amazing.
Going out and trying to like
the story of
ride
my
things.
life. Before
Yeah.
quarantine. No, I'm kidding. It's not.
Whoa! Whoa! There it is.
I think it would also be a good idea to have a more, since we're doing military stuff, a
Mhm.
drone unit as well that can provide support aside from just the everyday ones, since the actual military drones
Totally.
were
Mhm.
pretty beat up last time.
I'm
Yeah.
so into that.
So an upgraded version of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're gonna militarize your drone service. Cool. All right. Anything else? Any other ideas while we're spitballing here?
Could
This is
it?
for
Could
the
there be
military stuff,
like?
yeah?
Could there be like cool like Gungan tanks like in Star Wars?
Yeah. Define a Gungan tank for me, real quick.
So they had those cool balls that they like explode
Yeah.
and they create cool purple light shields.
Oh yeah.
I want
Yeah.
those.
So catapults, or what are we talking about? Or just
Yeah,
Well, they're
just
basically
interested in the
catapults
balls?
that catapult a force field. So like large
Yeah.
force field like things.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
could we have-
create invisible walls of force between incoming
Oh,
forces
okay.
and
So,
the fighters.
A shield generator kind of an
Yeah.
engineer
Yes.
Yeah.
unit thing. Yeah, so that you can
And
make
I would
mobile.
like one, only one, Jar Jar Binks, just to keep it spicy. I'm
No,
kidding.
oh my god, he's useless.
Would
What were you saying?
would we have
Dex?
been able to have taken time over these 6 months to start trying to analyze the shielding around that temple?
That is a great thought.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
if you want
Love
a
that.
shield, then
Yeah.
that was a pretty good one.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one.
Yeah, go ahead and why don't you roll me a mechanics check? Would Caster be able
Yeah.
to do this?
Ancient Edie has like a very good point here, and it's kind of what I was going for, which is the like Wakanda style force, but like forces,
What's your engineering?
ground forces.
Okay, I have a plus 18.
We don't
Engineering.
know. We don't know what his is. We couldn't hear. Parker has briefly left the
Yeah.
stream.
Yeah,
For
Park-
necessity's
Parker's
sake.
gone. Yeah,
Yeah.
He's gone. We're
I'll
on our
be
own.
back.
They'll be right back. No worries.
Yeah, quick. So let's come up with something so crazy
Yeah.
that when they get back, they're like, "You did
Yeah.
what?" let's say like while he was gone, we
A sentient bag of
assassinated
dicks.
Dirtbath. We assassinated Dirtbath.
Yeah.
And what else could we have done that's terrible? Quick! They could come back
There-
at
there-
any time.
Kia grew of the fifth arm out of her butt.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Everyone's buttholes got sewn shut.
A super
No!
weapon
Oh my
that.
god!
Ooh, yeah, a super weapon that just fires off radioactive bags of dicks.
Yeah. And then they'll be like, yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
And then we'll be like,
We have
he
to
should have been
see-
here to stop
I'm
us.
really
I'm
curious.
so
to see
glad
if
we
they
had
have their
enough
headphones
funds for that.
Yeah, I'm so glad that we spent the rest of our star shards
on the bag of dick
sewing everybody's
shooter.
butt shut and
No.
bag of dicks. Listen,
Wait, did they have their headphones on? Dex? No. Oh,
This
okay.
will probably make the podcast, Spider.
yeah, Spider's like, "Will this make the podcast? Is this okay?"
Are we
No, it's
okay?
not. It's just.
I mean, I'm 12 years old.
What's up,
so-
Fern Runner?
Okay. Good,
Okay,
good.
here we go. Get
All
everyone
right,
look- fly
so
casual.
we're gonna sew everyone's sphincter shut, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you're
And
gonna
Sphincter stealer.
try to. all right. I'm wrapping this up. Make a mechanics check, Parker. I don't
Oh,
need you to
geez.
know why.
Yeah.
Just you mean engineering?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's
the
the
correct
one.
name of the skill.
Kyo.
What'd you get?
That's a 5 plus 20, so that's 25.
I love Starfinder.
Screw you, dude.
Big crunchy numbers.
Great. So you actually you understand what it does now, right? It like absolutely blocks scanning. It blocks long range scanners. It's like kind of a scanning cloaking device, but reverse engineering it is really tricky because it's like a lot of the software inside of it is just filled with pitfalls. The mechanisms inside of it are like deeply magical in nature, so like figuring out how it works without like undoing enchantments is really difficult. So you can continue to spend time trying to work on that, but no dice yet. Great. So I'm imagining that we have our cavalry unit is sleds, right? Run by that are driven by these like three-legged lizards, right?
Yeah.
Who like bound
Yeah.
in this strange loping gait,
Yeah.
and the Vlaka ride in the back, right, with energy
Yeah.
spears and just hurling
Yes!
at people, right?
This is everything.
Um,
Sorry.
With the
And
returning property so they can come back.
exactly,
Yeah.
yeah. And they're accompanied by your like floating drones, right, which support them underneath and like provide their repulsor power, but also provide like energy shields that like float around and deflect
Yeah.
stuff, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Great. There's our
I love it.
unique- our specialist military unit. And I'm assuming that we have like basic infantry in addition to that.
Yeah.
Right? That's
Mhm.
just like carrying firearms and doing stuff. Great. So I am going to need to roll a dice. Yeah, the cavalry units are going to be really, really good. Let me get my notes up. The cavalry units are going to be really, really good. They are going to cost you 18 star shards.
Okay, 1 second. Let me just
How many do
Shit.
we have right now? That's...
I will
Question.
tell you. I will tell you.
Yes, and I trust your numbers more than I do mine.
I also have a question for you, Miles.
Yeah,
Did you say three-legged lizards?
I did.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah.
Physics.
They're right next to the radioactive bag of dick launcher.
All right. We have literally 166 build points right now.
Okay.
Great.
I have already subtracted the ones for the military. So that was 18. I'm just
Great.
going to write these down for now. Yeah.
And for each like unit of like standard military, I'm gonna charge you. Let's see. 6 star shards.
Okay. So how many units do we want? 100?
Let's
we couldn't afford
establish.
that.
Let's establish.
Like-
let's establish how large a unit is. So for me,
Yeah.
a unit is like 60 people. Let's say that, right?
Oh, like a battalion?
Yeah, it's like a battalion. Let's make it even and say it's 100, right? So you got 100 of those
Yeah.
cavalry dudes,
So centurion.
and you got 100 for
Okay. So how many should we get? Because I don't understand the price of a human life. I don't understand. Can't do that. Also, welcome Carpe DM Live. Thanks for that follow.
Thanks for the
Thank
follow.
you.
I
Welcome.
hope you're carpeting
Yeah.
that DM.
Hell yeah.
Trying.
All right. So, but really, how many do we need? Can somebody just make a choice?
Yeah. Let me see. Can you ask questions so that I can help you understand a little bit more clearly?
No, I just don't know how much like I don't know how successful a 60-person military is. Like a 60-person unit is against something. Like I can't conceptualize that in my mind.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What 60 people can do.
I mean, it would probably
This goes back, by the way,
Yeah.
to when I was like, I wrote up this, very long description of when Miles and I were building the Guardians of Logic lore.
Yeah.
And he was like, how big is Clan Yuka? And I was like, probably like 100 dudes. And you were like, probably like 100,000, idiot. Like, this is why I can't be in charge of these things.
Big numbers are really difficult to conceptualize.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't understand.
And that's why in Roman numerals it was like an L or a V.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I completely
Um,
understand.
Well, I guess
Okay.
thinking about to how we had to fight all across the entire city,
Right.
taking into consideration how many, like, if it's what was it? It was Centurion, so it was 100 folk per unit.
Yeah. 100 folk.
We'd want at least enough to have one unit covering every section of the city. In case we ever had to spread out, we'd also, if fighting were taking place inside the city versus outside, probably enough to surround us.
Right.
So then,
Yeah.
say it takes like 10 to cover the entire city.
Okay, so that's
Yeah.
60 star shards already.
Yeah, I think that 10 is a reasonable number to start.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's
Great.
start with
Let's
that,
do that.
and we'll go. Okay, great.
Yeah.
minus 60. All right, so we now have 88 star shards left,
Ooh, okay.
which is good. I mean, we've literally
Mhm.
bought a navy and a military, a starter military.
A starter
Um,
pack.
Also, while we're talking about navies and such, mystic stuff for our ship, mystical stuff for our ship, so we can have a mystic officer.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
what do-
might need to be a side convo.
What?
Yeah, totally, yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, I need to
Okay.
relook
Wanted
at
to
that. I'm
remind.
sorry.
Great.
Yeah.
We'll
That's
get back to
fine.
it later. That's quite all
I'm
right.
pretty sure you don't need to buy something.
Yeah, I think
for that.
I get
think
to
you can
just
be
mystic
that.
things. If there are certain.
Oh wait, is that true? Hold on. I wrote
I
this in
thought
our.
there was.
You've
You're
read
right.
it recently,
You're right.
Anne.
You're right.
Yeah, there
I
was a
wrote it.
mystical
I wrote it up. Hold on.
edition. Yeah.
1 second. Sorry, everybody.
Mm-mm.
All good.
It's all good. The mystic appreciates you.
That's quite all
Be
right.
looking out.
I said we currently have. Yep. Okay, 100. Yep. Altogether, this would cost 56 build points. We get a pretty solid fleet. Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. And then we talked about the liquid star metal power core. So it wasn't
Mhm.
about our conversation was not about
It had nothing to do with that. Yeah, we'll look it up for next
Mystic-
time.
yeah.
That's quite all right.
Yeah.
but it was we'll have to go more in depth into what we actually have to buy for the ship in order to install something like that.
Okay.
What's up, John Natalia? Welcome. Thanks for the
Thanks for the
follow.
follow.
Thanks for joining Baby
Hello.
Bards. All right. So that's I think that's pretty good. I think we've done some damage. We've spent about
That's-
half of our build points, and we can definitely make some upgrades to the ship.
Mhm.
Parker / who's Parker? What do you think we should be adding to the ship? Like, is there? Obviously, I was looking at a physical book, but if you could dream up something?
It says when I was just looking up magical
Mm-hmm.
officer that they get a +2 circumstance bonus to rolls if they have an arcane laboratory in the ship.
Okay,
And so I think that is
that's what we need to buy.
yeah,
You'd
I-
fill
yeah.
up your cargo space with it because you only have one.
that's
but-
true.
Or we could just transition our laboratory into an arcane laboratory.
Science
You
lab
know
with,
what?
like, a
Yeah,
side-
you guys could spend some extra build points, and we could stack lab on lab on lab. I put a lab
Yeah.
on
Labs
your
on
lab
labs on labs.
because
Yeah.
I heard
Yeah.
you like labs. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Love
we can
labs.
enhance our lab to
Get that
be
bitch a lab.
Bitches love labs.
bitches love labs.
All right. God.
But yes, yeah, I'd love to do that.
Great.
Some arcane
Yeah.
stuff.
So
It's so true.
fantastic. We'll deal with that a little bit off stream.
Yep.
Yeah, totally.
So Anne,
I'm gonna write it down.
Amaruk has been establishing the military. What else has Amaruk been focusing her time on?
Oh, I'll tell you. So, one of the things that became very clear after coming back from spending lives trying to save the world from a horrible demon thing
Mhm.
was recognizing that people needed to sort of think of her not as well. She thought back to the grin and the fact that the grin was a legend. The grin was remembered for what she did. People had stories about the grin. She wants to be the type of person that people tell stories about. And a lot of that is about being able to do incredible things beyond what any normal person could do. So, part of her 6 months is going to be working. She probably talks to Jabby and Kia a bit about this, but getting some biological enhancements to her person. You see, she plans, and as I flip backwards through, she hands her armor to Jabby, and she says, "I need you to secure a haste circuit for me
Mhm.
and install this in my armor. I need to be faster than anyone." There he is.
There he is.
Check.
Dex is no longer playing Jabby. It's a puppet.
Yeah, it's a puppet
It's-
show.
I'm on it.
That'll be our thing, guys. That'll be our thing.
It's our gimmick.
We're
For
taking
everybody
another
else, we
3
did it.
weeks
Gotta
off
have
because
a
we're
game.
becoming all puppets. Except
All puppets all the time. So
Mhm.
she basically has tracked down a haste circuit and committed the funds to it.
Fantastic.
And then she looks at Kia and she says, "You, how good of a surgeon are you?"
I dabble.
Well, I need. She says, "Well, I need you to find me the best one." And she lays down her data pad, and on her data pad, it projects in 3 dimensions an image of Amaruk with her fur tattoos of Desna's wings standing there resplendent in this empowered armor that's glowing with lightning, and then giant angel wings sprouting from her back. And when you look closer, you see a reading that shows enhanced regenerative blood infusions. She says, "I'm going to need to leave for a little bit to get some work done."
I would love to take care of this. If you'll let me, of course. It would just be for fun on my end. So it might take a little longer, but I'd love to be in the room. At least.
Where it happened.
Yeah, I mean, she's very clear that she's happy to have you there and to kind of run the operation if you can. But as Anne, I'm pretty sure that Kia is not a specialist in biotech surgery. So we might have to go somewhere where hopefully you can pick up some tips and be a part of it. But she basically names you as the prime decision maker. While I'm under whatever happens, you're in charge.
Okay.
Awesome.
Great.
Of the surgery, she says.
Okay. Damn.
A trip to Absalom, perhaps?
Damn it.
Sorry.
Yeah, who's the prime decision maker on Absalom?
The one
While
who
the
dabbles in
queen is
surgery.
under.
I dabble in surgery.
Wait, she's gonna put this in. Oh man, the thing is that not knowing. Oh boy, she would say Jabby. She doesn't know anything, but she thinks Jabby is gonna take the most measured approach to things.
Mm-hmm. Jabby,
Kia would agree.
you have the keys to the castle.
Mm-hmm.
The military has just been established. You're obviously not going to start anything without Amaruk telling you to, right? It's there's a plan that's been set out for building back Brightclaw and everything, right? And Abadar Corp itself has measured, it's provided a bunch of support for the recovery, right? In their get Brightclaw back on its off its butt. I just made that up. Loan package.
Did you?
Yeah. Get Brightclaw off its butt loan package. I hate you so much.
Its butt loan.
And it's debts are piling up among the populace, but it's definitely increased taxable income. So you have some extra funds to move around, right? The other thing that starts to happen is that the discovery and the exploitation of the android population of the split has to be something has to be done about it, right? Because their representative has taken off, right? And they're in a really, really bad way. It's starving people with no jobs, right? Who have basically been kept in here as slaves. There's some evidence of them being
Everything is fine.
sold in and out using the spaceport, right? So, Jabby, what do you do?
So this is
You
while...
can ask other people about it, obviously.
Yeah. So this is while Amaruk is off getting surgery?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I imagine there's a pretty intense surgery and recovery process when you literally attach angel wings to your body and get new blood.
Yeah.
Okay. So are we
Change the
currently diplomatically engaged with them? Because we're getting
they're
iron
your
from them,
subjects.
right? Minerals and stuff.
No.
Oh.
And not the
This
yeah,
isn't the other. This
this
isn't
is
the
not the
off-world one.
dwarves. These are the androids in the split. Remember, Parker was, Castor was investigating what was going on with them, and found out that, a lot of stuff, right? But at the end, in the chaos, right,
Right.
all of the ruse that this dude had set up kind of fell down, right, as the rescue workers came in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Given that this exploitation is happening here in Bright Claw, we would need an investigation force, I think. Also, could we do a sting operation with some stealth drones?
Yes.
Oh my God, the way that you think is so
Not
good.
like a secret police or anything, but like.
So you, in Amaruk's absence, you're like, wait, things are going on that we don't know about. Secret police.
Because I mean,
yes.
there was that whole coup going on. There's
Yeah.
that whole coup going on, and we didn't know anything about it until Demon Ex Machina came and fixed it for us. So we need, honestly, I'd like to reach out if possible. If we had talks about it, I would definitely want to talk with everyone. But finding some way to get more information with the Thieves Guild, because we don't have any covert operations right now. We have the over network of stuff, and if they're going to be operating within the city, that's a rogue element we don't know. So we don't know if they're on our side. We don't know who they serve. So
That's a fascinating idea. Nationalizing the Thieves Guild. That's fascinating. What
You're in
'cause we just-
charge,
There's a
bro.
lot we don't know.
what kind of funds are you gonna put towards this? How many star shards do we have left?
We have
-4.
88
No, no.
or 86?
we have like 88, I think.
88.
88. Okay. DM question.
Mm-hmm.
Would my situation have had a down payment, or is it all at the end?
It's all at the end.
Okay, cool.
end?
Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah.
So
It's being
then I
like
would say-
collected in a Space Cayman Islands situation.
Okay, cool. Offshore
Yeah.
accounts. Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
All right. So then,
This fucker.
gosh, I guess because we want to leave stuff for other projects, I think maybe setting aside 5 or 10 star shards to actually do it, and then
Mm-hmm.
you know what, maybe 5 star shards, but with a contract that they can get a percentage of exports. Because I also do want to make sure that we have some kind of resources, because right now we don't have anything going out for trade,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
So we need funds set aside to get an economy going here. So I think we could go lower percentage of star shards, or lower amount of star shards,
Yeah.
to give them percentage bargaining.
Cool. Interesting. So, in my mind, right, you're like approaching the surreptitious heads of the Thieves Guild, deep in the bowels of Bessie's retreat,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
and negotiating with them to bring this organization that they've created and bringing it underneath the wing of Bright Claw's official government, but without anyone else knowing. And in order to do that, you're going to have to use the contacts that Kia has made.
Right.
Well, maybe I can come back after, like, I'll maybe stay with you a couple days post-op, Amaruk, and then I can head back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
I
imagine
would-
that Amaruk's getting her surgery done in the safety of Bright Claw.
Oh, wherever. Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
if I can,
Oh, okay.
then great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not
right,
gonna have you.
yeah.
You leave.
Great.
You're just under for a while. Let's call it a month.
Because I would love Kia's help.
A
with this.
month. Okay, it's fine.
A month. You're getting
There's still
angel
fun
wings,
about
baby.
this.
Yeah,
Don't you
Big
worry.
surgery.
they cost 28,000 credits.
Yeah, they
For
do.
anyone who was curious.
Jeez.
So, Kia, I want you both to roll a skill check for this
Okay.
interaction. I don't know what that skill check is for each of you. You tell me what it is, and that'll decide how this falls out.
Oh, goodness.
Gracious?
I feel like culture
I like it.
for me.
I'm into that.
Oh gosh.
Oh, no.
I guess, could I
Yeah.
do physical science for the sense that it's for exports. I don't know what trade goods would fall under if we're like trying to work that angle. Because I mean, if
Yeah.
you want culture, I can.
Yeah,
It's just
no,
gonna be a +4.
Keel do culture. You don't have anything negotiation wise that's gonna help you particularly, right? You don't.
Not
No.
really, no.
Yeah, and no profession that would help you here either.
I'm a gamer by profession.
You're
I
right,
mean,
yeah.
if they want to play Stario Kart with me, that's cool.
Mario Kart. Great. You go ahead and roll physical science. It's going to be a little bit more difficult, right? But go
Okay.
for it. All right, roll you two.
Mine is 26 for
26.
culture.
Okay, cool.
I love that whenever we start a new arc, we're like, so just 1 second while we play Civilization, we'll be back to the story.
23.
Yeah, we'll be back.
Yeah.
26 and 23. I hope that's fun for y'all. It's fun for me.
It is fun.
I love
it's
it.
Just,
I
it's
love
just very funny to me that like we
Yeah.
have these moments
so
where we
weird.
come back and we're like, just 1 second while we.
All right. So you approach the heads of the Thieves Guild, right? Who sit in shadows, smoking cigarettes. You can't recognize any of them. They're you like feel like you barely got in the room, right, Kia? They don't agree to completely nationalize the Thieves Guild. They do agree to a measure of honesty with you. And they agree to help you form your own secret service. What do you want to call it? And you can contribute, obviously.
Oh no, I trust you guys.
Do you? Do you?
What do you think?
Maybe I
Oh.
shouldn't.
Chat, bring it on as well.
Give us names.
Yeah, chat. If you have a name for the Secret Service, I mean, all of my stuff, like, I'm just thinking worm. WYRM would
Yeah.
be cool.
Is
If
it
we
an
could figure
acronym?
out if that, I would love for it to be an acronym, but I
Yeah.
don't know what it's for. Or what the acronym actually is.
We could call it. Well, I'm not there.
Yeah, no, I told you.
I mean,
you can
Oh yeah,
jump on
you're
in.
right. I forgot that
Well-
you said we could call it like Graviton Core or like
Dark
Grav.
Fang?
Yeah, Dark Fang. Dark
Since we have
Fang.
Bright Claw.
Oh yes.
Dark Fang,
Dark
yeah.
That's sick, dude. That's so sick. I'm like leaning back from my mic because I'm feeling the adrenaline like rocket through my chest. It might be the caffeine from this Coca-Cola, but I'm feeling it.
Yeah,
Oh
Dark
my God.
Fang.
Code name Dark Fang. Amazing.
I'm into that.
Yo, Dark Fang. What is that going to cost us?
Well, Dex has chosen to put 10 star shards into it.
Okay, great.
All right.
Cool.
Fantastic. Amaruki, you wake back up. Meanwhile, I just looked at your name tag. Little snitch. Kia, what have you been
Bessie.
up to other than addressing this surgery of Amaruk's?
I've been looking at a lot of the bio, finding those lizards, those three-legged lizards,
Yeah.
studying their patterns, all of that, writing them around, testing them out, like through the city, and
Yeah.
it's led to some like shenanigans, let's say. But she has been spending a lot of time in Bessie's Rest, visiting Victor and his shrine daily, like having devotionals to Besmara, trying to really get in touch with this instinct that she now has, that she's taken upon herself, weirdly. And I think she's just been like in discipline mode, like studying swords, like figuring out how to fight combat styles, what that looks like, as well as connecting that with a sort of kind of inner energy that she has always naturally had.
Right.
I love
Yeah.
that. Great.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. She's been social through it all. It's like, work till 5 and then bar till 5 and then,
Yeah,
but
I hear
Yeah.
that. Fascinating.
Feel that.
Cool. I feel like that's just great, solid character development. Do you want? I'm not gonna have you roll anything. I feel like I'm not giving you anything. Well, you gave me
No,
like,
it's
great
okay.
stuff. Cool.
that's fine. Yeah. No,
Great.
I'm happy.
Anything else you wanna? Any projects you're working on? Any other than just like solid self improvement?
I really want to I want to like find someone that's in the Thieves Guild that isn't at the top to try to understand what it is. Like if I can find,
I love it.
I don't know, one of the grunts of the Thieves Guild just to kind of like weasel my way in and get kind of a lay of the land.
Great.
That'd be cool.
Huck me a diplomacy or intimidation check, your choice.
Let's intimidate.
Hey, J-Rock, thank you so much for that follow. Welcome to the Baby Bards.
Welcome.
Nice.
That's a 31.
31, my dude.
That'll
All right.
do it.
She's a little scary.
Ask me 3 questions about the Thieves Guild.
Question
Great.
3.
I want the names of the ones that Dex and I, or that Jabby and I met with. I want their names.
I told you I'd be honest with you.
Ah.
Yeah, sure.
Son of
Bee sting.
Yes.
Sorry. I just want to hold things over them.
I do understand. One of them is Delamark, who is on the council. Another one of them is Abi, who is also on the council. And the last one, the third entity in the Thieves Guild, is only known as Dog.
Great. And the two, those first two are on our council.
Yep.
Wait, sorry.
That's-
Delamark, Dog, and who was the third one?
Abby.
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 Yeah, AHBE is
Okay.
how I spelled it. But yeah, basically Abby.
Abigail.
Abby.
Great. I also want to. Oh God. Okay. Find out like what their like the training involved in getting into the Thieves Guild is, like kind of infiltrate, because I want to sneak my way in.
I feel like I want to be in it.
I want to be in it.
Yeah.
You were told pretty flat out by your friend that you'll never be in the Thieves Guild
Why is that?
because you're friends. You're a known entity.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And being a known entity makes you not very good for the Thieves Guild. Like, people see you and people recognize who you are and sees you as like a champion of the people of the people of Bessie's Rest who have been here for forever on the council, right?
Yeah.
They're a little worried that your loyalty to Amaruk is too much. There's like a lot of worries and confusion about you, but not enough to not like steal from you or drink with you or mess you up, right?
Great. Yeah.
You have gained a lot of respect over your time here. But entering the Thieves Guild is something else. The initiation rite, this person won't talk about.
Great.
Because that is
It's
part
a
of it.
secret.
It's a secret.
Okay. It's a secret. It's a space secret, so it's a secret.
And your final question.
My final question. Who I would like to find out Dog's whereabouts, at least, like where they hang out, their circle.
Their circle?
Yeah.
Nice question. There's a growing group of Yosoki in the southwest of town. They've completely avoided the censuses. Barely anyone knows that they're there. They hide in a conglomeration of junk and reclaimed apartments.
Cool.
Yeah.
Great.
And you know what? I'll give you one piece of information for free. The other two don't like that Dog is on the like council of the Thieves Guild.
Okay.
Great. Fantastic.
Awesome. Thank you.
Nicely done. You know what? For all your great faith, Helena, I'll give you one chance to commune with Besmara at will.
Yay, thank you.
Use it very carefully.
Nice.
I will.
All right.
Hey, how you doing? No.
Hey, Bessie, it's me, your girl, Kia.
Probably that would be the best way to do it to gain more favor, but you never know. You also
Yeah.
might get your head
Take her
cut
out
off.
for a drink. Like, I don't know.
Oh, man.
Miles, I
Yes.
just wanted to let you know that there was something else that I wanted to do, but I don't need to do it right now. But I just wanted you to know so you didn't
Great.
close
yeah,
out
absolutely. Let me move
yeah.
us forward in time a
Yes.
little bit more, right?
But Caster.
But did Caster want to?
I do have a lot of things I want to do.
I know you do. I absolutely understand. I'm getting through bit by bit. Yeah.
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 So research on the drones and your entire science group has been halted completely as people spend this entire 6 months re-upping the drone system and adjusting it, using the data, and also fixing the massive amount of broken drones that we have. In order to do anything else with science, we're going to have to spend star shards on it because the complete like cycle of that has
Right.
sucked your funds dry. As time goes on, crime goes significantly down in Bessie's Rest.
Oh my God.
Largely, you think because of the Thieves Guild. Largely because it's legal-ish, right? So reported crimes that are officially sanctioned are I mean, they're not technically crime. So the like natural back and forth of Bessie's Rest is now just understood by the numbers that you guys have up above, right? Great. Parker, let me not hold you back anymore. Go for it.
Hell yeah! So I definitely think that Caster has a new look now. If we want to go into that, we can.
We do.
But okay, great. So
Yeah.
I think his main outfit looks like a mahogany-colored jacket, black pants, with golden flames and like dragon designs that shift because of the clear weave and like all the designs. They just seem to like move around and like shift around.
Mm-hmm.
He also has a tattoo of a pistol on the back of his neck.
I want to
Oh.
talk to me about that. Is it like, how does that work?
It's literally on the back of his neck, and it, like you can see from like the the base, like where his hair meets his neck. You could. That's where the
Barrel?
How do I? Not the barrel. The other end. The grip. That's where the
No.
that's where the grip is.
Cool. Gotcha.
And then the muzzle is facing downward.
Great. There we go.
like-
Thank you.
yeah.
I needed to see that.
Yeah, of course. In addition, he has been working on his dressmaking and garment making abilities, and I think that within that 6 months, he would be starting a small business of that, and also using part of the proceeds to provide humanitarian aid.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, especially to the split. I think whatever aid he can funnel there.
Oh,
Like, I think that's what he wants to do.
am super into that. Why don't you make me a tailor check?
Profession check.
Roll to sew.
Check for tailor.
It's time for a profession.
Go for it.
It is. It's time.
It's time to
It's
get
time.
professional.
9 plus 13, 22.
Nice.
Nice.
Beautiful. So you spend a lot of this time making your like staple, right? What is that? There's a word for this is what I'm doing this year.
Signature? Or
Mhm.
like line, like a line?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Making your first line and setting up your shop. Are you spending money on a physical shop, or are you just doing it? I mean, we know very well that you don't need a physical
Space
shop to
Etsy.
make money. Is it Spetsy?
That's true.
Spetsy.
You can have a physical shop. You're just gonna need
Spetsy's
some
Rest.
Yes,
That is
I
true.
was just- Mhm.
The thing is that I don't think I have enough money in order to establish like a physical location.
You could take out a loan.
I couldn't I?
You could take out a loan from Abadar Corp.
That is true.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at that. Oh, that's the free market at work,
Look at
everybody.
that, benefiting you guys' Anne's face. It's like pure suspicion.
Beware gifts from the GM, Parker.
I know.
Beware. Buyer beware.
So like a 20,000 credit loan would probably cover that, right?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, and you'll pay back. Let's call it their interest is like pretty fair, right? So it's like a
Yeah.
1% interest after half a year, and you'll be expected to pay it back from then on, like at like probably let's say 500 credits a month.
Great, awesome.
Parker, this is not a good idea. Remember how we had to beg the GM for money?
Well, now we're like level 9, and so like it's like we're gonna get credits out the wazoo, and
You would
hopefully
think that. No.
Okay.
I'm doing it. It's
Caster
a
taking out loan 20K for
Jeez.
business.
I'm erasing myself from the
The
narrative.
narrative.
Oh,
you know what they what? What's
I'm
up?
so sorry. We've kind of wrapped this up a little bit. You've started a business. Do you want, what do you want it to look like?
That's
Yeah.
the most important
Tell
part.
me about your
Yes.
business a little bit.
Aesthetics.
This is the one thing I didn't think of. So yeah, let's delve into aesthetics. So I think there is a sort of like 20s feel to it, like the sort of like dapper, elegant party gentleman.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
I think also because he has had his hand in making dresses, that also flapper dresses and long like ball gowns and shit like that.
So good.
I also think that Castor would not limit himself to like upper class wear, and he would make like garments that, you know,
Wearable
stuff.
stuff.
Wearable stuff that like people in Brightclaw have easy access to. But the really the big sellers are the rich looking ones, you know.
Mhm.
So you're selling primarily to Pact Worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
I think those
But
like
giving money.
Yeah.
but also making money and giving money back to the
Yeah.
community is like
Fantastic.
something that Castor
Yeah.
would definitely do.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
Real quick before I forget.
Yes.
Jabby, you're
Yes.
about to have to give up the reins on the keys to the kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
You have access to everything. Are you doing anything?
Don't make me regret this, Jabby.
Jabby.
For your patron.
Yes.
Do it.
I would have been. This would be covered in my in my journaling.
Mm-hmm.
Journaling.
Yeah.
I would say that I would make my position known, and I would also mention that there's the Thieves Guild is working with us, and just a general overview
Mm-hmm.
of the goings on. I would also mention though that my time is coming up to an end soon. That it's a temporary position I have that I will not have.
Yeah. So you aren't
Continuously.
using your like keys to the kingdom to get access to anything you wouldn't have had
I
access
would
to
like
previously.
to. Let's see, what did I not have access to?
What would you like to do, Dexter? You know, what you gonna do?
I was totally not expecting to be in this position as soon as
Yeah.
we started again.
But like, what you
can
gonna
I-
do when we
can
come for
I-
you?
Can I give myself backdoor access to everything?
Computers check.
That just I would know about?
Computers check.
Okay.
Oh, Anne is flabbergasted right now.
I'm not flabbergasted. But this is the thing. I knew this was the best story choice, so I was just
Yeah,
like, you know what?
As soon
Hand
as
it
you
to
said
Jabby.
me, I was like, oh God, Anne, don't do this to me.
Yeah.
Okay, computer.
Amaruk doesn't know shit.
That's a 35.
Oh no. Oh boy. Oh
What have we
jeez.
done? What have we done?
I mean, what have I done, sweet Jesus? What have I done? The Maya thief and the.
Is
Maya Thief and the Guild.
information about that shared with
And
your
Maya
patron?
wolf on the run.
Give me a second, guys. Is that information shared with your patron?
I would like to have 2 layers of it where the patron knows about the first layer. The second layer is just for me.
And what define those layers more clearly?
That first layer would be having um, access to how there were like the drones that were going around for healing for like the medical
Yeah.
aid drones, having access to that baseline network, so they'd have access to cameras. They'd also know um, trade information, and then they'd have access to uh, transport. What are the little sleds, like information
Yeah.
about the
Yeah.
sleds, so like
So you're getting
military.
access to all of the government information.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mostly that, and then lower underneath that, they would not have access to like military stuff.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
So
What's the difference?
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't.
see any difference. Yeah, you're just. I
Yeah,
feel like you're just giving them
yeah,
full access.
yeah,
Here's something that you
because
could lock
I want
off.
there to be.
Here's something you
Oh
could
yeah,
lock off. You don't have to give them the backdoor that you installed into all of Amaruk's personal computer.
yeah. I want to keep that for myself. Um, because
That's
I
not
want there
creepy
to
at all.
be an
LOL.
exit. Because like if I basically want to have insurance that if they try to do an override, they have one that works, but I can override their
Yeah.
override.
Um.
That's what I mean by lower level.
Yeah. Um. I don't think this will be the case, but Amaruk, do you have anything to tell Jabby now that he's seen all of your secrets that you've written down ever?
I probably do, but I'll have to give those to Jab. I want to give them to Jabby separately.
Sounds good.
Yeah. And
Great.
think about some good ones because
Great.
I don't want to be like, you find nothing. She's a dog. You know what I mean? That's not fun. So let me come up with some cool. Let me come up with some cool knives
you
for
go
you.
dredge up some
Yeah.
knives. All right.
Yeah.
Great. Forge those puppies.
Great.
All
Right.
right. Yes. Back to you, Parker.
Back to me. I also think that if Kia would let him, Castor would be training a little bit in terms, like just sparring a little bit, and like, cause
Yeah,
I got
for
a
sure.
huge bump in acrobatics, and I learned how to kip up. So I think it'd be really cool to learn that from like Kia and like practice that with Kia.
Nice.
Totes.
Great.
I'm also gonna be hanging out with my pet, learning more about the the jiggly boy, the morphing boy, which has a species name, but I don't know if anyone knows what it is, and I maybe want to keep that a secret, but also like it's
Sounds
no
good.
big deal.
Sounds good.
Because no one else knows what it is yet, and I don't even know if
Right.
Castor knows exactly what it is. I mean, Parker knows, but Castor,
Yeah.
it's a different story.
Yeah.
In addition, because he is now an avatar of Waden, I think that he would be asking Jabby to teach him a little bit of technomancy, because I got the feat Technomantic Dabbler,
Nice.
which
Nice.
means I can cast a few basic spells.
Nice.
And those include no coordinates, transfer charge, and telepathic message.
Great.
Nice.
What?
And
Yeah. No, please continue. I thought you were done. Continue.
And I think once he learns, especially no coordinates, he's going to try to cast it, and I imagine it looks like bright, like a hologram of Bright Claw appearing in between his palms, and he's looking through it and just going, "Euralia, where are you? Where the hell are you?" And I don't know what success that brings, but let's throw that out there.
What does no coordinates do?
No coordinates, I believe. I believe it allows you to know the location of a creature or character as long as they are on the same planet. Let me just double check that for you so I'm not talking out of my rear.
That we sewed up all the rears, so you can't do that anymore.
Yes.
Is that what happened when I was gone? Did you do that?
Yeah, there's no
No,
more
not for real.
no more sphincters. Amaruk decreed.
Yep.
Outlawing.
I was lying on the operation table and I was like, Jabby, come
Yeah.
closer.
What is it?
The last thing is very important.
Okay.
So closed all the buttholes and
Is she delirious from the
hate you.
gas, or is this like
Yeah.
a holiday, or?
No, yeah, absolutely. He's
All
like,
right.
I don't
Just
know if I'm
ignore her.
supposed to or if this was.
Parker.
Yeah.
I got it. You learn the exact location of one creature on the same planetary body as you. You must be able to identify the creature clearly from personal knowledge of who they are. If you and the creature you identify are not on the same planet-sized body, the spell fails. You can input coordinates into any computer attached to the infosphere. Yeah.
Fuck divination spells. Yeah, no dice for you.
Oh, really?
So
No dice. Interesting. That's really interesting.
you
Anyway,
can just find any
Yeah.
random person who's on the same planet as you at any time, whenever you feel like.
as long as I know them personally enough to identify them, yeah.
That's cool.
I think that's just a really handy tool.
That's terrifying.
Yeah,
Dex is
also
like, that's
fuck
really cool.
you.
Fuck.
Like, ah!
better
That's
get
fine, that's
yourself a
fine.
lead shithouse. All right.
Ooh. Yeah, here we go.
So,
Yes.
oh, sorry. Am I interrupting anybody else's other thoughts?
No, shoot.
No?
I
Okay. So-
didn't done my thing.
We'll
Oh,
get
what?
back to
Oh,
you.
I'm
We'll
so
get back
sorry.
to you.
Yeah,
We'll get
we'll
back
get
to you. It's okay. I'm controlling this. Go, Anne. We got
Okay.
this.
So, oh God, we're in control. So she wakes up
Mhm.
from her surgeries and has to sort of come to grips with the fact that she has this new body, this new ability. All of her armor has to be adjusted to accommodate for the wings.
Mhm.
What are these? Amaruk after dentist, amazing. Sorry. Saw chat, got distracted by
That's
an
okay.
amazing idea. But yeah, what are we thinking for like wing color?
Ooh.
Oh.
Like whose
Think
wings are
opal.
these?
feel like-
Opalescent.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
think opal? I was
Oh.
gonna
Yeah.
go with the light blue of the the like sails of the Vlaka
Ah.
crystals that their
Yes.
ships are. Yeah.
Love
That's
that.
nice.
Yes, I'm into
That's
it.
cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Great. This is my goal, is to make everybody else do everything for me. It's perfect. So she's got like that light blue, and we'll say like a light blue kind of opalescent sheen on the top of them in the right light. Just mash those two
Do
things
they
together.
glitter like a galaxy?
They you know what? It's as extra as you ever wanted it to be. Let's be real honest that I'm an anthro wolf with angel wings now. That's just the way it is. Her body now sort of, once she has her armor on, ripples with like electricity ever so often from her haste circuit that is now installed. And she begins the next part of her quest, which is to investigate how to unlock the various aspects of the Prime Claw that she now knows could potentially exist. She has now fought for a significant amount of time with it, but she wants to try to investigate legends about the Prime Claw and the things that the first owner, like the first Solarian on Logic, did with it,
Yeah.
and try to figure out with her mother how to unlock the different and Goruk and her people. Basically, how do I unlock the different ability tiers?
Are you going back to what is the name of your home
Logic.
planet?
Logic. Would she find that she needs to? I mean, she's been out for a month, but she has 5 more left.
There are very old writings.
Yeah.
Deep in the mountains in the north of Logic.
Yeah. Oh my God, I want to go there.
All right. Guess
Okay,
what,
bye.
Jabby?
Yeah.
There's another month on the clock.
You're gone for another month?
I don't know, man, but I gotta find out the secrets so that I can return and be super intimidating.
She's like finding herself. She's finding herself. Just let her do that. What does this button do?
No, kid, no, not that one.
Yeah. She takes. We'll say what happens is that at every step of the way, she becomes very, when she emerges from surgery and
Mhm.
has to recover, she becomes very secretive about who can see her until she's at her best.
Yeah.
The ringing of her boxing in her room and getting herself back into fighting shape so that once people can see her, it's as if she went into a cocoon and emerged a beautiful Desna butterfly that's, even more impressive. That every time she goes away during these 6 months, she comes back with something even more impressive to the point where she wants people there should be a sense of awe, but maybe a little sense of fear too, as to how much power she has managed to unlock for herself.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the goal
Great.
on the PR goal.
Fantastic. I'm super on board with that.
Should I roll for icon?
Roll history.
Okay.
Their history.
Roll history. Not what I thought
well,
you'd say.
you're off with your mother delving through stuff, and we'll deal with that in a moment.
Okay.
I love the idea that Jabberwocky doesn't get to do anything, has like a bunch of plans, and then just is saddled with the
Yeah, she's
crown.
like, you did a great job, buddy.
Like, oh no, okay, I'll do more paperwork.
Would this be mysticism?
Yeah,
Or
let's
culture?
make it. Let's
Yeah,
make
mysticism?
it mysticism or culture, your choice.
Okay, I will make it mysticism. So 26.
Fantastic. I'll get to you in a moment.
Mhm.
So as time continues, right, the news station continues to be staunchly anti-monarchy, anti-Amaruk, but they're also continuing to aid in education with a bunch of educational programs for the kids, and they continue to broadcast and sell Amaruk's various bouts from the previous times in the ring, right, to the Pact Worlds. Making you a large amount of money per that deal, right?
Mhm.
And also making a large amount of money for charity as well, which is starting to merit you even more positive reputation in the Pact Worlds. During this time, the Undead Construction crew finishes up all of their previous works and are sitting absent, zombies kind of swaying in their keeping areas.
Why are they still here?
Because they were building stuff.
Yeah,
They
but
were
you said they're
hired.
Yeah, but they came here
Get
to
out!
they came here to build stuff for you, right? You
Are they
you
Yeah.
have you have a contract with them where you cannot hire anyone else to build stuff.
Okay, yeah. So
yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
I understand. I was just like, your job's done.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Yeah. Okay.
Go home.
That's fine. That's cool.
Wisp comes back. He's surprised to hear about everything, obviously. He's been across the galaxy protecting military shipments in someone else's trade war. He says it's dull work, and he thinks that the men are getting antsy at the easy life. But no big decisions for you, Jabberwocky. Do you want to do anything else with your power? I'll take that as a no. Okay.
Okay. So is this going to be just for this specific time, or am I gonna have my own little bit later?
I'll let you have your own little bit right now.
Okay. I would like to take just some of my own funds and time to make a little tree house out in the woods, because I think it'd be nice to have something that's just low tech.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a break from just
Nice.
Bright Claw and responsibilities and all that stuff.
Great. Do you want to take a loan out for it?
This
Mom
fucking
milk out here.
this fucking guy.
Yeah, I take a loan out for it.
It's a nice tree house. How large?
Yeah, it's a nice tree house.
How large of a
I
loan are
would
you
say-
taking out?
Just enough that I could line everything with lead. After now knowing about, because I was helping Cass, like, oh hey, and here's how you do magic, and I think there would definitely be a moment where it's like, oh, so how practicing it? Okay, now focus on that glyph. Okay, cool. And then I see what you're casting. I'm like, that's awesome. Yeah, now you got it.
I do?
You've come along so quickly.
Leaves.
Maybe,
Amazing.
maybe too quickly.
Yeah. So good, excellent. And then I'm like, okay, well, this was just gonna be for fun. Now yeah. So
Yeah, you can make
enough for just like a little apartment,
a
just one floor.
shielded safe house for,
Mhm.
let's say, I mean, if you want to be really safe, 40,000.
40,000. Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
What the
Um,
fuck is wrong with you people? What is wrong with you? You would never take out loans like this in real life. What are you doing? What
Very
are you
funny.
I beg to differ. I went to college. I am saddled with debt.
yeah.
No, well, but that's what I'm saying is like you know now, you know why you don't do these things.
But Castor does it.
Oh
But the thing
god.
is, though,
So
that's
happy.
still less than star shards.
That's almost 2 whole angel wings.
All right,
I
all
mean,
right, all right.
assuming I get paid proper. Okay.
So you've built the cabin by the end of the 6
Mhm.
months. Anything else, Jabby?
Yeah. That cabin, but taking
God.
the time to look at the data I got from when we were at the Temple of Waden and the silks for that, taking time to work on my new wire gloves and the web shooters. That's how I'm bringing that in.
Great.
And that's one of the main things the main thing I did. I also took some time to get some neural implants, which is for y'all out there. It helps increase your ability scores because mama's hurting. Um, but basically, just taking some time to do some
Yeah.
upgrades there, and I would like to at some point do Stario Kart tournament in the city. Um, and just like a charity fundraiser, not charity fundraiser, but like some kind of just fun thing that people can do because it's been very high stress. And I would
Absolutely.
love to do a movie night with the crew because Abby's never had a sleepover before and he would like to try that.
Great. So sleepover, movie nights, it's all fun and games when Jabby isn't
Yeah.
screwing his friends
And
over.
there
Um,
is one particular scene I want to do
Go for it.
where during our sleepover there's a movie, a really bad, just janky movie rendition of the children's book The Warrior and the Wumpus, which is the book he always has on his
Yeah.
person,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's just like really not great, but it's like a thing he's watched dozens of times, and it gets to his favorite scene at the ball. Um, when they're undercover and they have this moment where uh, the Countess is talking to the Duke and he's doing scene for scene using holographic image to put like some of the scene out around us.
Right.
Um, and he's saying, uh, he says, regardless of where we go, we'll always have Valshah. And then at that moment during the show, um, then that's when the like heist goes into gear because Valshah was the code word for if anything goes horribly wrong, this is what you say because I need help. And that's his favorite moment, and he goes back to doing the rest of the thing. So giving narrative.
Great. Love that, Jabby. So Dex, you haven't like written The Warrior and the Wumpus, have you?
Not completely. No.
What a fucking response!
Wait, you've been writing this story?
Yeah, so this little children's book, which Jabby always keeps on his person,
Yeah.
it'll be on Patreon when I finish. But
Oh,
yeah, I
So
do
cool.
plan on it'll be a few chapters, not very long, but yeah, I am writing this book.
That's awesome.
Cool. So go check
so
out
if anybody wants a Starfinder children's book, it's a coming.
woo, patreon.com/starfoundpod. Get on it.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
I'm a
Amazing.
rogue. I remember a 26.
It was 18 plus 8, so yes.
Yeah. So you arrive at the way deep in the frozen north, where the Akna live.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
You may remember the very cantankerous shield bearer Stengrim Barrison from several episodes back, who greets you at the door and at the landing pad, right, and leads you in.
So here's how that happens though, right? The ship lands, the gangplank opens, a couple like attendants come out, and then
That's the sound of wings, everyone.
Yeah,
the podcast.
she
That's the sound of
lowers
wings.
herself down because she's clearly basically skydived down over her own planet. Because when else is she going to have a chance to do that potentially?
Yeah, absolutely.
And into the mountains and like 3-point landings in front of him, and then stands up and folds these giant blue wings behind her. Barrison?
First claw. Not very Vlaka, I have to say. But useful, I suspect. Come in.
Yeah.
Yeah. About what I
She's like-
expected.
Yeah. She's like, it's not completely wolf, but it is completely awesome, is the problem with this whole situation. Yeah.
Great. So you descend deeper in, right? Passing their underground geothermal vents and these farms of fungi that spread out across entire underground caverns, and then eventually up higher and higher to the twisted peaks, these series of winding tunnels that wrap around the top of these mountains, and into which are carved the ancient stories. Large pictographic murals depicting the oldest days of Vlaka before the gap, some of them. And as you and your mother, attended constantly by one Akna or another, who are very, very
by the
careful.
equivalent of like the Jedi librarian.
Exactly, yeah. A little more protective, a little more deaf. You start to piece together pieces of the story of this ancient Solarian, the first Solarian on Logic. And it seems that the Prime Claw itself, at the time, it says that it was a gift from Desna, and that's what they call all of the
Right.
crystals that come from down below. But the circumstances in the story, it seems that it came from somewhere else. Perhaps the Prime Claw itself is not of this plane, or actually not of Logic. From some advanced alien civilization that brought it here and left it, maybe even detritus, maybe even waste. Like the things that we leave, like the way that a Coke can looks to ants when you have a picnic by the roadside.
Yeah.
Right? Or maybe something careful that they treasured and lost.
Yeah. Know that feeling.
So
very relatable content.
Your mother agrees to stay and continue the work. And if she discovers anything, she will come to you. Because there certainly are more implications that the Prime Claw has more uses than just what it naturally does.
A crystal, yeah.
Yeah. It certainly seems like it's a massive power source.
Yeah.
If nothing else. Yeah. All right.
Home I go.
At long last.
Well,
the other
home, the newer home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Throughout all this time, there's been an unidentified ship, or ships, it's hard to tell, that's been loitering at the edge of your solar system, and as soon as your destroyers come to investigate it, or hail it, or even scan it, it jumps away. But it comes back pretty regularly, once or twice a month throughout this time. Any attempts to figure out where it's going to land, or where it's going to enter into the solar system, it seems to jump to another place instead. And for whatever reason, this ship is shrouded from any scanning that you could possibly do of it.
Right.
Ominous.
Anyone? Anything
Fine.
else?
Oh, man.
I guess when we
Ooh.
like are all back together
Mhm.
again, right? At
Mhm.
this point, she's gonna say, "Well, how do we figure out what sort of shields these are? Is there any way, Parker, you could Parker? Who's Parker?
Who's
Who's
Parker?
Parker?
Who
Jesus,
dat?
is there any way, Caster, that you might be able to figure out at least what type of ship this is?"
Absolutely. Just give me a moment, please.
I mean, without the scans, there's no visual way to see
Oh, there's
it,
no
right? And
visual?
it's
Okay.
it's like too far away and too random for you to like focus what is that called? Telescope upon it,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
it's like it's clearly a ship, right? Based on the emissions that it is not hiding, right? It
Right.
clearly has drift technology, right? Because of how
Yeah.
quick it's moving and the way that it's jumping in and out.
Yeah.
But other than that, you can't tell anything about it.
It's basically just a bogey on the radar.
Yeah.
You can't really
Um,
get any
Cool.
good details about
Your
it.
sister's various attempts to intercept it at various times have been unsuccessful. The other thing that happens is that about a month before the end of our break, all contact with Sky ceases.
Sky. Who's that?
Sky.
The dwarven planet.
Oh. Oh.
Why?
Uh,
I mean, these are great questions, but like,
Yeah.
tell me now. I didn't know if that would work. Maybe it didn't, but
Absolutely. You stop receiving any mission, any requests for food from them, right? Any requests for any communication that you send them falls upon deaf ears, right? And you guys having enough
So-
to deal with where you are, right? You leave it for the time being, worried that one of Hecklin's spies, like he talked about, heard that you guys were shitting on
Yeah.
him for using slaves or knew a secret, right? Worried about that, but managing your own stuff until word comes from the Pact Worlds that various organizations that had made contracts with Hecklin and with the dwarves of New Sky have also received no contact from them as well.
we have to go there. We can't just let them fall.
I'm not really sure exactly what's going on there, and I'm really scared to find out, to be honest.
Yeah, Mercy didn't say anything, and like we've been writing.
Yeah,
Well-
you
For
haven't been
Mercy?
writing since.
So yeah, since that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I didn't get any.
Well, she kind of. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I didn't get a letter
Mhm.
because usually we would write the space version
Yeah.
of letters.
Emails.
Yeah.
Cool. So she
No, more romantic.
more
No,
romantic.
it's cuter. There's
Yeah.
like a holographic seal on it. It's
Yeah.
adorable.
Aw.
Yeah, amazing. So she is gonna say to Castor, I mean, I know it's been some time, but don't you wonder who it was that your friend was actually running from?
Well, I mean, certainly, but I try not to dwell on those thoughts. I mean, I think the less the less I obsess about Euralia, the better. To be honest.
Well, I know I've been quick to come up with a horrible, awful assumptions before, but how about another one? From what Kia said, when we last saw your friend, she was glowing with a newfound power and told us not to follow. If I had been kept and made to work back-breakingly for so long, I might harbor some resentment, Castor. I might want revenge.
Oh my God, you're right.
I mean, more power to her. She's completely justified.
Yeah, totally.
All right, but also we
I mean, we definitely have to go.
Yeah.
I'm
at
just
least
saying,
that.
good for her. you
I mean,
know?
I mean, yes, clearly she deserves to be free. Otherwise, we wouldn't have
Mhm.
taken her with us. But we still don't know whether it was actually Declan and his people who were in charge of such a thing.
Well, let's find out. I'm gonna go pack. I'll meet you back here in 5. Is that good? Can we do that?
Yep.
5? Yeah, sure. Oh my goodness, I gotta pack everything.
Maybe
Grab
5
my
hours.
clothes.
5 hours, is that better? We can have dinner before.
Are we sortying?
Are we what?
Sortying, you know, like you
Like
sorted
having
the
a
ship?
sortie.
Oh my
It's like one of the 5 words I know. It's fine.
Sortie.
I'm gonna go make coffee and I walk away.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, she says,
I was waiting for
All
an
right.
exciting button on that, but it ain't coming.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
loading up the Kingfisher.
All right,
We're
let's
going
do
to
it.
Sky
We're going to
after
Sky.
a
Oh,
quick
good.
break. All right. See you guys in
Fantastic.
the
So
flash.
before
Yeah,
hold
absolutely.
on, Miles.
Oh, yes, yes.
Before we head out, just remember it is Subtober, which means
Yes.
you can actually get deals on subscriptions. You can subscribe for less and commit to longer at a lower rate. So if you've been sitting here thinking about giving us a hot sub or resubbing, now is a fantastic time to consider it. Happy Subtober, everybody.
Happy Subtober!
It's like 5:40 something. I wish cats could talk, because then they could like tell us, it's like, hey, can we have a rest stop? So instead, I'm just gonna be nervous all day. Yeah, I know.
Y'all ready for some tips?
I really want to make a shell necklace so that I can be the sea goddess that I am.
Gonna go annoy Aizawa again. I'm gonna go annoy Aizawa again. Think upon dungeons we've seen and smile back on where we've been. So let's empty our flagons and toast to the dragon. Then I'll find my coral heart.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to my channel, where the performing arts and nerdiness combine. My name is Parker Wallace. I am an actor, singer, writer, songwriter, and performing artist. I frequently stream tabletop RPGs, specifically Starfound, a Starfinder actual play podcast and Twitch stream. And on it, I play Caster9, a handy-dandy robot who knows how to dress like a dapper gentleman, happy to be of service. And I'm also featured...
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's
Yeah.
time.
It's September, right? Just like I said before. It's not
Just
Subtober.
exactly like you
It's
said before.
September.
Yep. I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think anyone would notice if you didn't point it out.
Yeah, no, I
No, people did.
I,
Oh, dang.
Do you September?
I mean, listen, I said September. I don't know what you guys are referencing. I didn't at all say
No,
like
I
the
not
didn't.
thing a thing that it's not.
The
All right,
Berenstain
cool. Cool, cool,
Bears?
cool, cool, cool.
Yeah.
The Berenstain bear.
All
Oh,
right.
no.
So
It's fine. This is fine.
all right. So you all are getting ready to go to Sky. Do we want to do anything? I just don't want to.
Well, we certainly want to have. Oh, I'm so sorry, Parker. Go first.
Claps?
Yeah.
So we're all getting ready to go to Sky. Do you all want to do anything before you take off?
Well,
Yeah.
I would say that we certainly want to have said that whatever upgrades we made to the ship, we made, but we'll
Yeah.
have to
Ooh,
discuss
yeah.
those offline. Just like to be
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah.
Succinct, yeah.
Clarity
Yeah.
done. Anything else?
I
I'll
sup-
bring Brispecs.
And I'm bringing my pet that I haven't even named yet.
Yeah.
We've had 6 months. You haven't here.
I mean,
Hey, you gooblog.
Oh man.
I'm sure Caster has. Oh, excuse.
Whoa, you
Excuse you.
good, soft boy?
Yeah, I'm good. There was just a moth or a bug that just flew
Yeah.
into my face because
There's a bug that's been just like zing, zing, this entire thing. I keep wondering if you can see it on screen. It's very
I
annoying.
can't. Yeah.
But what so naming pets, all that
Oh.
all that very important.
I know his name.
Okay. You gonna share with the class or are you just gonna keep it to yourself?
His name is going to be Proto.
I love it.
Proto Baggins.
Proto-back.
I am not some conjurer of cheap tricks.
Oh.
I'm Caster 9.
Oh, okay.
I'm so sorry. It's very hard to be here. So
Welcome aboard the Kingfisher, Proto.
okay, does anybody else have any pets?
Yeah, I have Brispecs.
No,
I'm bringing the squawks.
Do you want to
Squawks.
name him or them or her?
Brispecs
he's Brispecs.
is the name that
Brispecs.
we named in the first season.
Oh, I thought that was what it was called.
No, that's a squawk.
No, it's a squawks.
You're right. You're right.
Squawk's named
Cool.
Respect.
I was just quizzing you
The
on
boat.
show trivia. Cool, let's get on the boat. Ship thing.
Space. To space.
I don't know
Here
how
we
I
are.
managed to just
Okay.
lose control of this game that quickly.
Oh, I don't think you lost control. I think I may have left this plane, but I'm back and I'm focused and I'm ready to tell tales. Yeah, is there anything else we want to do before we leave? I think she says, should we be bringing any extra forces with us? I mean, we've trained up this military. We have like a secret police or some shit. I don't
What
know.
about some of your Vlaka? You could bring some of your special Vlaka friends.
Some special boys?
Yeah.
I mean, I would be
And
worried about the
girls.
optics of
Yeah.
bringing in armed forces.
Well, a couple for security.
Have we?
You
'Cause
have
we've
these
never done
wings
that
now.
before. So I'm just saying I'd be concerned because if we don't know the situation going in, if we feel so moved, maybe we could have one or two out in orbit or somewhere.
She says the last time that we went to this planet, someone tried to steal our ship.
Right.
So I would at least like ship security that is dedicated to the ship.
Oh, yeah, I thought you meant like bringing in a whole other like fleet, you know.
No, we need to leave that here, obviously.
Mhm,
There are dangers untold and hardships unnumbered, but
Night is dark and full of paperwork.
it's true. So
Thanks
let's.
for that, by the way.
You're welcome.
Well, yeah, we should definitely have some guards so their
Okay.
ship doesn't get taken.
I'll talk
Oh, yeah.
to the Vlaka about it.
Okay.
Can we have that Vlaka who was really helpful in that battle that one time?
You don't
we have-
have any place for them to sleep on the ship.
Oh.
Well, once.
Yeah, you really
Well,
only have...
we could put up things in the cargo bay for them to sleep, some hammocks and stuff.
Great.
Honestly, I can give one of them my hammock. I hate sleeping in that thing. I can't stay in it.
Kia doesn't
What are
sleep
you going-
anymore.
Excuse me?
What?
It was a joke. Kia, where are you gonna sleep?
Oh.
In the sleeping bag.
Just on the ground. Okay, great.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
just a little burrito.
So it's gonna, I mean, being in here with the ship getting this crowded, it is a very small ship, is gonna be a little bit difficult.
Yeah.
Well, do we want to bring other people in?
I
No,
think we
that's-
only need like two good Vlaka, maybe a couple good boys.
Yeah.
Too good.
Okay.
Vlaka.
So
Like,
she's
I don't-
going. Okay.
Yeah, I just don't think we need that many.
Yeah,
I
we
think
just need like another line of defense
Yeah,
from having the ship stolen outright.
consider it your
Yeah.
royal envoy.
Exactly, like Queen Amidala. It's all happening, everybody. Okay, so so she is going to chat with basically send a missive off to the Vlaka at the city, which I guess the city ruins. We never really named that, did we?
It's Desna's Wing.
No, it's Desna's Wing. We totally named it.
Yeah.
Yep, we did. Yeah, so she sends a missive off to Desna's Wing saying that there's paid work available for two in a royal honor guard.
Great. Yeah, absolutely. You got your two Vlaka.
Okay, great. Cool. Welcome to the crew. Bert. No, I'm kidding. That's not
And Ernie.
Anthony. No.
Boof.
Man, what are some good names? Some good Vlaka names.
Well, we have a crowd favorite from the.
Oh, do we
What
have a-
was his name?
What
The,
was
the
his
one I
name?
was talking about, the one who was really
I
helpful.
can't- he's in my
Dan.
notes somewhere.
I'm literally looking for it right now.
Chris? Chad? No.
He was not a Chad.
There was a
Chad.
Chad at
He
one
was
point.
not a Chad.
Amaruk signed something for a Chad in the first
My
season.
God.
It's true. You did.
TBD,
Bye,
we'll
Chiron. Thanks for
remember it.
coming by.
Bye,
See you
Chiron.
later.
Bye, Chiron.
Love
Sleep
you so
well,
much.
friend.
Oh man.
Might be a question for chat.
Brian?
Brian, guys, they very specifically the names are like Amaruk, Karuk, Goruk, like it's
Brian.
like
Chad?
We did have
What
a
are you
ridiculous
doing here,
name.
Chad?
It might be a good question for
Yeah.
chat
Yeah.
to come up with
Yeah.
some good
Someone-
names.
yeah, come up with some
Someone
good
knows.
names for the
Okay.
good boys
Okay.
Mhm.
Beautiful.
or girls. It does. You can make your decision, chat.
Yeah, we can
What would you like?
Fellas.
circle back.
Great.
Good folk.
You all take off and begin your journey to Sky. Can I have you roll 3d6, Parker?
Yeah. Can I do that digitally? Can I just roll to the
Yeah.
3d6?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I see now. 1, 2.
Welcome back to Foundry, everybody.
Kia!
Boom.
Yes.
Great.
Total 10.
Oh.
10 days. 10 days to get there.
Damn, nice.
So you're in the ship for 10 days, just sleeping and getting ready. You guys want to do anything on the ship? We have time. We have space. Beautiful.
I'm gonna write a letter to Mercy, just to be like, I was gonna write you back, but I never heard from you. But this is what I thought you would have said, and this is my response to what I thought you would have said.
Yeah, I thought that you stopped emailing her after you found out about the potential slavery.
Oh, did I?
That's what
I
thought
mean,
was going
I
on.
thought
but-
I thought I sent
You did.
how dare you? Okay, maybe can
But-
I say that during the
Mhm.
time
Yeah,
after the big
talk about it.
battle, I kind of reconsidered and was like, okay, this is something that is
I think that's something
secretly
people
important
do.
to me,
Yeah.
and I need to kind of not take that for granted.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I think maybe I tried to restart that
Great.
correspondence.
Great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Where were you in conversation? You know what? Roll a d20 for me. Let's see. Let's see how this is going.
Let's just.
Can I get a Kia?
17.
So you guys were having good talk back and forth. You'd been talking largely about things other than business, I suspect, right? But I mean, your curiosity about science kind of brings a lot of things back to what you do, because what you do is a lot of what you love, right? But she'd been introducing you to various different martial styles of the dwarves, and you had sent an email, and she just never sent anything back. Amaruk, roll me a mysticism check.
Ooh.
Here it's come.
Okay. 26 again.
You have a dream.
Okay. Wait, I'm saddled. I'm saddled
The
up.
first night. You see again the 3 points of light in the perfect blackness,
Yeah.
like 3 lonely stars. And
To be
they-
clear,
Mhm.
I think that these represent Desna, or these represent what do the 3 stars represent? Because you had told me, but nope. Okay, great. We don't know. We don't
Yeah,
know.
you
3
don't know.
stars. Continue. It's fine.
Yeah, you
Saddled up.
tried to ask, and I
Yep.
told you
You
what
were like,
you might
"Bye!"
think. I told you what you might
Yeah.
think, right?
Okay, yeah,
Rather
that's
than
true.
any firm information.
Right.
So as you watch, you notice that there's these thin gossamer strands, kind of like if constellations in the sky were drawn themselves, right? Connecting these various different points. And then the one on the right flickers and goes out. You wake up sweating.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know what you want me to do. Yeah, so she gets up, she goes to the front of the ship
Mhm.
and sits in the captain's chair
Mhm.
and just looks out into the vast.
Great. Do you do anything? Change anything?
Do I change anything?
Yeah, just curious.
I mean, I think she like instinctively is so connected to this dream that she sort of like knocks into the freaking sidewall with her giant wings now that she's not used to, and everything is so. And she realizes, like, I think she sort of begins writing to her. She starts drafting an email to her mom, to Freya.
Yeah.
And she says, "You up?" No.
Ew.
Not like
Sorry.
that. Not like that. Not like that.
No, I got you, fam.
But she says, like basically like text message. Yeah, like, does she respond?
Communication between solar systems is pretty slow.
You know what? It's really hard. So I guess I'll just make it a letter. She says, she doesn't say you up. She says, I wonder if making so many changes was a mistake. I can't. And she describes the vision that she had, right?
Yeah.
And she says, Desna always reaches out to me, or has spoken to me in the most unaffected moments, the most natural times. But this is different. I can't tell if this is a punishment or if it's just another sign. But the last time I saw it, I made a terrible mistake opening that temple. What do you think it means, basically, is what she sends.
Absolutely.
And
Right.
she will bring it up to, I think she brings it up to Kia in a private moment along the trip.
Yeah.
Because she's noticed her, devotion.
Yeah.
To Besmara. Yeah.
Well, I mean, some stars. Maybe it's a good thing. We're out here, and those are your 3 tasks, and you're like, boom, 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 and that's, I don't know. That's a really simplified way of looking at it. But maybe this is an ending of a chapter for you, and the opening of something bright and shiny. I mean, look at you. You're bright and shiny now.
But that she begins to say stars don't just go out, but then she realizes that they do.
Oof.
Yeah. She says stars don't just. Well, I guess everything has an ending. I wish I knew what it meant. And then, like, it's almost like they're having. I want to imagine at this moment they're like having calf, and the two Vlaka are kind of like in the distance, but in this kind of area in the cockpit where everybody is trying to get their like morning time.
Yeah.
And it's very hard because we have more equipment and some of us have more body parts than we had before. They she kind of looks around, and she looks between the 3 points of light in her life, Jabby, Kia, and Castor, and begins to wonder.
Oh.
You sleep again for the second night. You have the same dream. A flickering light going out.
Okay, am I still in a dream?
You don't have to be. No.
No, I was like, am I in the dream? What's happening? Okay, yeah, so she begins in the dream. She closes her eyes and connects with her the zenith of her abilities that she's been working on this whole 6-month period, and at the speed of light begins shooting through space towards that dark space in her dream.
Ooh.
So she becomes a star herself and just becomes light and travels.
Ooh, I'm so into that. Make me a will save.
That's
Ooh,
probably
oh.
fine. I love that you're gonna die. What a cool time. All right.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Lucid dreaming, man.
Wow, I
So
keep rolling the same thing.
If you die in a dream in Starfinder, do you die in real life?
Yes. That's the
Yes.
caveat.
Great.
That's the
Great
caveat.
timing. Great timing. 25.
God damn it.
The worst.
Great. So you like beam off towards this as quick as you can, right?
Mhm.
Just speeding. And as you do, you feel all the pressure of the
Yeah.
light pressing into your third eye, into
Yeah.
your forehead, right where the prime claw hovers.
Yeah.
This pressure pressing into you, driving and drilling into your skull, and you
Yeah.
wake up again, gasping for air with this splitting headache.
And she reaches up and she takes the claw out and looks at it.
Nothing appears to have changed.
Okay. She like tosses it back into her moat. And she just can't sleep. She just can't sleep. I think the crew starts to notice that she's always the first up and she always looks very tired.
Yeah. The dream happens again on the third night,
Mm-hmm.
and again on the fourth night, and
Yeah.
again on the fifth night, and again on the sixth night.
Yeah.
I want you to make me a fortitude save.
Jeez.
Are you gonna
all right.
every time? Are you going to try to dive into the light?
I think she's gonna try and she's gonna try and fly towards the other points of light to see what they are. Right? She flew towards the black hole the first time
Mm-hmm.
and felt the pressure, and so she's gonna on the other nights try and fly towards
Great.
the other lights.
So every time as you dash towards these lights, the same event
Yeah.
happens, and after that, your mind is like full of pain and energy,
Yeah.
and you can't go to sleep.
Yeah.
And on the sixth night, you try going towards the light that's flickering again.
Mhm.
It's your second time doing it. You're dashing for this thing
Yeah.
desperately, trying to figure out if this is a truth or a falsehood or
Yeah.
what this could be to reach some sense of something. And
Right.
when you wake
30.
up, coming out, 30, cool,
Yeah. Just
great.
to let you know.
So you're doing okay. They probably actually
Yeah.
don't notice,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
If you don't want them to.
No, I mean, yeah, it's the tiredness. She's just quiet. She's just more quiet than normal.
Yeah. So you
Yeah.
you emerge kicking and like gasping out of
Yeah.
dream again and like
Yeah.
pull the prime claw off. Almost it feels
Yeah.
like you're ripping a
Yeah.
spike out of your skull, and as you look
Right.
down at it, you can see that it's cracked.
That's not good.
She just is like she can't quite believe it. She goes into Kia and Jabby's lab and she puts it under the light. She's like wiping the bleary tiredness out of her eyes and just like she can't quite believe that it's there because the line between dreaming and reality is now broken, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she holds it under the light and she just kind of sits down on the floor. After she's looked at it, she just holds it and sits there kind of curled up. She does a little circle and then sits down on the ground with it
Mm-hmm.
and just holds it and thinks. And she prays. And she says, ever since I accepted your gift, I've been looking for signs. How do I know which ones are yours? Please. Please help. and she just reaches out mentally to Desna.
Yeah, I hear you. She hears you too, though
Yeah.
Amaruk may not know that.
Yeah.
She hears like scraping of claw at the door, and one of the Vlaka is poking his head around the corner. Chumo, who says, "Are you all right, First Claw?"
She looks up and realizes that she's just kind of shielding herself with her wings, and she sort of moves one of the wings behind her and then moves the other one and tries to center herself and be the first claw. But she realizes it's a little too late. And she says, you said it was Chumo? Chumo. She says, just a dream.
Well, I do not think that ever you just have a dream. You know?
Sorry. Yeah.
You get it?
I
Did
saw
you get the
saw a
bug?
bug. No.
Oh,
Sorry.
It's fine. Yeah, she I'm so sorry. I was just like, fucking get out of my game. That was like, God.
it has
She
a high
says,
AC.
she
Alright.
says, yeah, she kind of reaches out to him and like, offers to sit with him, and chat. And she tells him, and she says, it seems like no matter what we do, this light is going to go out. And I can't tell if it's something simple like logic, but perhaps logic is part of a greater trifecta of powerful planets, and that our star is going to go out soon. I mean, we know that that's true, or I can't tell if it's some kind of message, but it's more than just, you're right, it's more than just a dream. And she shows him the prime claw and that it's cracked.
He looks at it and like wipes across his chest
Yeah.
the wings of Desna.
Yeah.
Kind of like a crossing yourself motion, right?
Yeah.
And says, well, I do not know very much before being here on this thing that we are doing. I was a fisherman, ice fisherman, which is about as boring as it gets. Not even a huntman. Nobody pays attention to you. It's kind of nice. But it seems to me, Prime Claw, that when you wear the crown, it's heavy, first and foremost. And absolutely, this crown that you wear, he motions to the Prime Claw. It has great weight, and you should be careful with it, but don't forget that it's not the queen.
She like takes his hand and like grips it for a minute, just like in an appreciative, not like a weird romantic way, just like an appreciative, like
It could be.
it could, you know what?
No,
Do
don't
me-
give into pressure.
I didn't mean to.
No, there's a part of her that's just like she hasn't had a point of connection that's just for her in like a really long time. Like a really long time.
Yeah.
In my
Um,
lab.
Deal with it.
On the
Sorry.
table.
There's a
Yeah,
black light in
I
there.
mean,
so.
she does the like Nala eyes because like he she said she says well, I suppose I am the queen. It's just nice to be told every once in a while.
He rolled his natural 1 on his being responsible in the workplace rule.
Oh
Yeah.
Why don't you make me a stealth roll, Amaruk?
Uh-oh.
It's a
Oh, girl.
small ship.
Are we doing okay?
Small
A
ship.
natural 20.
Oh!
Wow.
Yeah.
You're
Doing great, sweetie.
Yeah.
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 So proud of you.
I
Me
mean,
too.
yeah.
Good for her.
It's everything is claws and feathers and a lack of responsibility on everyone's part.
And I'm hungry like the wolf.
All right.
Duran Duran is there. It's weird.
You don't have any more dreams.
Thank God.
No more dream.
I found the cure, everybody.
Not that you remember,
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
but you sit up in the middle of the night, panting.
Yeah.
No headache.
But it's still the same feeling of waking up from the dream. I just don't know what happened.
Mhm.
Super weird.
Why don't you roll me a d20, Anne?
Okay. Well, I've gotten all the good rolls, so this can only be bad.
Only be bad.
Okay, that's not bad. That was an 11. Do you want me to add anything to it?
No.
Okay.
I would love for. Are you sharing the cracked claw with anyone else?
Yeah, she'll share it with the crew.
Great. Can I
And
get
she-
a physical science from the best of you? I
Oh,
believe
yeah, go ahead.
I believe that's still caster.
Is it really?
I have 13.
I have 16.
I
Yeah,
have
that's you then.
1 second. Is it
I
physical
got 3. Is that the
Yeah, 13 beats it. I have a 12.
Great.
I have a 16.
Yeah,
16
super
from
beats
the
it.
Finally, I'm the
Daddies.
highest in something.
Highest in a bunch of things.
Okay,
It
Technomancer.
is. That's a 21.
21.
Yeah.
The crack begins to heal.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
In relaying this to Amaruk,
Mhm.
well, it's getting better.
Mhm.
So I guess whatever.
Don't do whatever that was.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. I guess do whatever you did to fix it.
Yeah.
More? I don't know.
It's healing. It's leaving kind of a scar in the side of it
Yeah.
as well.
She's
this
gonna.
clearly
sorry, go ahead.
now clearly semi-living crystal, right, is
Mhm.
reforming itself.
Yeah. She takes the claw and says, "There's a lot of things there are 3 of, and here is here's the another wild assertion. But do you think she tells everybody about the dreams
Mhm.
that she's been having to explain like what's been going on? She says, maybe these 3 points of light, maybe they are these 3 planets. The last time I saw them, it was in the temple. The last time we were in a temple on the planet before that, it connected to one of these other planets. Do you think... Yeah, go ahead.
You mean the 3 bodies of the Matro system?
Yes.
Alpha, Beta, Zeta?
Yes. What if this thing, this disappearing star, disappearing point of light, what if these dreams are a warning that if we go there, there will only be darkness, destruction, and pain?
Could you draw these 3 points of light on a piece of paper, like from your mind's eye? Do you think, Amaruk?
She can do that. She's not like the best artist, right? But she takes out her tablet and she creates in like a 3-dimensional drawing the 3 points of light with the gossamer thread between them, and then she works with Jabby to get it to like animate the way that it looked. Yeah.
Great. So now can we find like a nice looking map of our module system at all? Can we see if they have some sort of lineup?
Just a second.
Oh,
Tap, 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 tap. Boom.
you got it, Jabby.
Beautiful. All right. One moment, everyone. I'm going to do some drawing.
Ooh.
Yay!
Oh shit.
We love drawing.
God, I love this game so much. Can we play for 8 hours total? No, I'm kidding. We
Right?
can't. We
Well,
absolutely
we did
cannot.
At one point.
We
8
did.
hours was about my tap out point. And I just cried.
Oh,
I hear that.
Listen, when Helena doesn't get a nap, Helena is a grouchy lady.
I don't know why,
Angry
but I just
gremlin.
started thinking of the quesadillas, and I was like, I feel you.
Of the quesadillas?
Yeah, for some reason, when you said not getting a nap making you grouchy, then I thought about wanting a quesadilla and then being denied one, so now I'm upset about that thought. Don't know where it came from, just felt right to say.
I love it. I'm here for it.
You had a thought unrelated to what Helena was thinking about, and it made you upset.
Well, when you phrase it like that, I sound like an asshole. I just wanted to be like, I feel
Okay,
you.
traitor. No.
And here
Dexter will remember this.
we are almost.
Okay. Are these the points of light here?
Yes.
Oh my god, Spark was on there for a moment. And
R.I.P. Spark.
No, she's not dead. She's an egg. And she's in my room.
She's not dead. She's an egg. And I have her forever. Hard boiled.
Amazing.
Oh, no.
Oh boy. Abe,
No,
get out of
Abe,
here.
no.
Abe,
shoot.
Abe, please.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it looks like this.
Okay.
I don't see any.
Reload.
Oh, that's right.
Reload.
Sometimes it requires that.
And nope, not.
Oh, I don't have any tokens.
Yeah, it's just dark.
Oh,
Yeah, it's dark for us.
okay, I can fix that.
But I mean, I am looking at it on the screen of the stream.
Oh, that'll do it.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Fix.
Oh, I see now. Okay.
So what happens when we bring the... Oh, yeah, fantastic. What happens when we bring the map of the system into play?
What system?
Of the module system with the 3 planets. How do they line up? Is it perhaps like this?
It's exactly like this. Nicely done.
Oh, crack the code! Crack the code! It's a harbinger of death! Let's go to this planet! It's perfect!
Hey, what's up, you guys? My name's Kia. Welcome to my conspiracy channel. And let's get
Yes.
Nicely done, y'all.
Yes!
Great.
Yes,
Solved
yes.
a puzzle
Well
I
done.
didn't know I had made. Great.
Great.
It looks like, according to galactic alignment,
Yeah.
that the one that is flickering is Sky.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She says they're connected. Is it who is sending these? And she just like she says she kind of like refocuses, and this very tired, very quiet Amaruk, sort of like the blush of life returns to her, and she says, whoever this entity is that's been sending me these, it was a trick the first time to open up those doors. This time they don't want me to go there. So there is exactly where we have to go.
Yes. Yes, Amaruk, yes.
Yeah, she's like she's like frothing at the mouth. She's not really like, it's not like she's not crazy, but she looks like she's like hammers her chest.
Hua.
Hua ways. And is
A Vlaka Haka.
yeah.
Fantastic.
That's awesome.
All right.
Haka,
Yeah.
wow.
Can I get sense motive checks from our 3 crew members?
Hiya.
Not the
Okay.
captain.
Sans the captain, you said?
Sans the captain.
Oh, not me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot there were 4 of us. Good,
Yeah.
good, 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 great, good, good.
23.
I'd love to get a bluff check from you though.
Since
A bluff check from me?
From
18
little old
for
you.
me.
I'm bluffing?
I'm willing to
Sounds-
bet that you don't want anyone else to know about
Wait, what?
the other night.
Oh, the other night. Okay, I was like, I'm sorry, what? What am I? It happened so quickly, I can't even remember it.
You're getting a big bonus
no,
because
it was
you're nat
very
20.
memorable. Ooh,
No.
no. Okay. Well,
18
you
for
were
me.
wondering when a slightly lower check would come through. Cool. So an 8 plus 4 is a 12.
What'd everyone get?
18.
My skills went all wonky for a little bit, so I'm just restarting it a little bit. Sorry.
And a
about that.
20 from Snitch? Snitch the Kia?
23.
Cool.
What the heck? Oh, whatever. All right, I'm just gonna
Are you
roll the
having
d20 then.
Foundry
+5.
rule system trouble?
Yeah, it's okay. I'm just gonna roll a d20 and add 5.
All right, sounds good.
Bada bing, bada. Where's the d20 though? There it is. Right?
Yeah.
Bada bing, bada
Blammo.
boom.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's an 8.
Yeah.
Not
Wow.
my strongest.
Kia knows. No one else does.
Yeah.
Kia's not saying anything.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like, so what you. Hold on. Let's
Yeah.
imagine.
How do
tell
I
me-
know?
Tell me about your lab.
So my lab.
How is it appointed?
So there is a strict line down the middle of the lab. One side is Kia's, the
Mhm.
other side is Jabby's.
Yeah.
Jabby has his own way of organizing. My stuff is all color organized. It's all color coded.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And there are just a bunch of like fun little specimens, lots of petri dishes, just kind of lined up in rows in these nice little shelves. It looks like I had been working on Benjamin a little bit recently,
Yeah.
because he is my first love of the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you see is, I'm picturing this in my mind so that I don't have to explain it here
Mhm.
because it's porn.
LOL.
So sorry, I'm back. So what you see is the grip of two claw. You like have, you go to start the day's work and you start to clear off a space on your lab table, and on the end of the lab table you feel 2 puncture marks in the bottom of the table. When you like go underneath to get a file or a petri dish or something from like a drawer under there, and underneath the lip it's 4 claws that look like they punctured there, and then 1 on the top.
Mhm.
All right.
And you're like,
great.
cool. So
Love
there are
it.
two marks like that.
And then you
in the
start
end
to
of
know
your-
the little bit of notice the
metal
little bit
table.
of awkwardness
Yeah.
between
Hey
you.
Kia,
Yeah.
did you see what happened to my Skittles? I can't find them anywhere.
Okay.
I feel like
Okay.
Must-
And we're done. And I've finished. Just so chat is wondering what Mark rolled for the sense motive check.
Oh, boy.
Mark actually rolled a natural 1.
Oh,
That's funny.
that makes sense.
Mark
He's-
doesn't
he's a-
care. This is
Mark
not the
was
kind
on a
of thing that
date.
Mark would care about.
Mark was on an E-date.
Mark was
Yeah.
on an E-date, okay?
Good for him.
With Castor.
I was
Mark
gonna
for
say-
Mark.
A scandal.
All right.
I imagine, like, I'm sorry, but
No,
I
go
just
for
have
it.
to imagine what that is that you plug yourself into the if it were a thing, you would plug yourself into the console, and in virtual reality, Mark would take you on a really cool date to a really cool place. And it's kind of amazing. I wish I had a Mark right now.
It's a boyfriend simulator. Yeah, that sounds great.
I mean,
Like that-
and a Chomo, who's kidding? But like,
That sounds like some great idea for a Patreon content.
yeah, it does. It does.
The Mark
Someone
date.
draw Mark. Oh
All
my
right.
god.
Enjoy dating sim.
So eventually, after
we've gotten
thorough
so much done.
shenanigans, you all emerge out into the system surrounding Sky, into Matchel Zeta.
was-
Actions,
Virtual
questions,
Burning Man.
concern. Where are you guys going? What's
What
the
time of
plan?
day is it?
Yeah, good question.
It depends on what planet.
Or I guess what would be the daytime for?
For the
where
city
we're
of
headed.
Sky.
Yeah.
It would be midnight.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
Nice. Nice. Terrifying. Awesome. I am like at the door and ready like before we even land. Like I have just like a little backpack on my back. I have all my stuff.
So you guys are zipping straight on in for Sky. Great.
Should we hail them first? Going through the normal channels, or are we just? Are
I
we
mean,
dropping
we
in?
should. We should hail them. But we should also hail Spurbinator. Welcome. Thank you for the follow.
Thank you, Spurbinator.
Spurb.
Yo, Spurb.
Well, should we let them know that we're coming? I guess we should. She says this entity 100%, whatever this is, knows that we're coming. It's not
The
going to be
vanishing?
a surprise. I mean, otherwise, why would I have these incredibly awful dreams? Is
I
that-
mean,
Is that a Mark waiting to talk? I can't tell, Miles.
No,
I can't
no, it was
Oh.
not this time.
I was like, Mark.
It was my Mark face. You're right.
It was, yeah.
The mic fan.
So do we want to reach out and just see if
Yes.
we can, now that
Yeah.
we're closer?
We
I
should
Yeah,
probably.
let's go for it.
Caster's definitely gonna hop on that. And you go, hop on the comms and go. Kingfisher actual. This is. No, this is the Kingfisher. God damn it.
Who am I? What ship is this?
This is Module Zeta.
Sky
His
would
new-
be the call. is what
Oh,
you're
Sky
calling
would be
to,
the call.
yeah.
That's the name of the planet.
Yeah.
That's the name of the planet and the city.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Sky actual. This is Kingfisher requesting docking permission.
Silence.
Sky actual. This is Kingfisher calling back again.
You
Are
up?
you okay?
Silence.
Silence. Great.
No response.
She says, hearing this, and I imagine cinematically, it's like, when you put out a call, it's like Star Trek, and it takes up the like front bay window,
Yeah.
and it's like we're just seeing the at the bottom of the screen the wiggle of the sound recognition of Caster's voice going through, but
Yeah.
no image coming in from the person that we're trying to contact.
Totally.
And then she just says, "Take us in."
Taking us in.
Great. Can I get a scanning check, computers check from Jabby?
All right.
Jabby.
Jabberino? Yeah.
Jabby. Jabby Peppy.
That's a 39.
Oh!
oh,
Fantastic. The so Sky, if you remember, is depressed into this like rock formation, right? It's underneath and kind of like a natural petrified geode, almost, underneath the surface of the planet. And as you approach, scanning all over everything, this solar system itself appears to be empty of activity, right? There's no ships flying around. There's no commerce or trade, which is very different from the last time that you were here.
Eek.
But rather, the city itself appears to be giving off energy source, right? So there is active things going on surrounding it, especially in like the control towers. It's harder to scan underground, right? But the control towers and the defensive platforms that surround that entrance are still active.
Do I get the sense that they are armed?
They definitely seem to be armed, and in one way or another, right? Would define armed.
Armed as in if we try to enter without getting an access code, are they going to fire at us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Back of
Wow.
the computers check, yeah.
Great.
If they're probably automated and without like
Probably automated.
docking clearance, yeah,
Okay.
you will be fired.
Based on the sensor readings, are there any signs of, I don't know, large dinosaur-like heat signatures like that large thing we saw
Fossil.
when we were here before?
Sure.
There are not.
Okay, good, because you were nodding your head and I was very concerned. Great. Um, well, without docking codes, those armed defenses, which are still active, by the way, will shoot at us.
Mm,
So,
They're
be
heavy
aware.
suckers, so they might just shoot you down.
Yeah, so we'll explode. I'd rather not do that.
Can we land somewhere a little outside? Try to fly low and undetected for a little bit?
Sure.
You could probably land outside and walk in and see if you could disable those.
Yeah.
I would definitely do that.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Let's protect her. She like smacks the kingfisher.
All right. Great. So you dive in over the surface of sky, finding a suitable landing zone a couple miles away, safe, out of the range of the guns, and still within a decently walkable distance. Actually, y'all still have those motorcycles. Y'all
Yes,
still
we
have
do.
Yes, I forgot. Get on the cycles.
I love it.
Squad up.
Are we doing it? Are we doing it?
Yes.
Oh,
of course
yeah.
we're doing it.
Great. So here's what I'm going to use my glamour projectors that I have in my armor and change it to like a duster and like the old stuff that he used to wear when.
Yeah.
Gloves.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just change his look entirely.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So you hop on your cycles and zip off through the darkness.
Are they? They're like light cycles, aren't they?
Mhm.
It's what I want. So they are. I imagined
Yeah.
it, so it's true.
I imagined it, so it's true. Exactly. That's how it works. Let me check my notes real quick. Above in the sky, you can see the several like these kind of destroyed moons that orbit the same iron world that Sky itself orbits. These two massive chunks of white and grayish rock. Both of them look like they've just been cored out, almost like someone, like a god, punched a hole in them with a piece of rebar. So there's these almost kind of like donut-shaped moons that float around and shine reflected light down on the surface of this large cracked earth of the desert as you zip across it, dust spitting out behind you. And eventually you come up to the edge of... Crater's not quite the right word, but this weird, strange hole in the ground where Sky is, right? And you're able to ride up towards one of the large control towers on the the planetary western edge of this hole. Depression. What's a better word for hole? Where's my thesaurus? All right.
Crater.
It's
Crevice.
not a crater, though. Crevice is
Canyon.
fine. It's not a canyon. Though.
Cavity.
I don't know what to
Cavity.
help you.
Cavity's
I don't know how to
great.
help
Pink
you.
hole.
Fissure. A
Absence of
crevasse.
matter.
Hit. Abyss.
And I'm assuming that you guys are trying to find a way inside, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
turn.
Any specific ways that you're trying to do that, or actions along the way? Anything I should
Well,
know about your approach?
I can fly out over the crater and have a look.
So if you fly out over the crater, the defense guns will probably light
Oh
you
yeah,
up.
you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I forgot about that. I was just like, I can fly now.
I-
It's not.
Understand your excitement.
I got excited. It's not.
100%. What
It's
you
like, let's do it.
could do is fly up.
Yeah, I can fly up from where I am just to get a better angle looking down for
Yeah.
sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
You can
I'll
fly
do
up
that.
and get an angle looking down. Down below, you see lights of the city twinkling in the depths.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
again, you don't see any movement of vehicles or anything. Maybe the occasional slow
Yeah.
traversal of something down there,
Yeah.
right? Something with lights.
So she's kind of like hovering
Mhm.
up there, beating these, punching my microphone, beating these gigantic wings, and then she dives down again and then spreads them to kind of land near everybody back near next to where the bikes are all kind of parked. And she says, unless there was something were you going to tell me anything else up there? No. Cool. Got it. She says, it's hard to know what exactly is happening, but the city seems, aside from the lights, it seems dead. No movement. No, you said no vehicle movement. No. Yeah,
Nothing other than like a couple of things.
Yeah, it's
Great. 2 questions.
Mm-hmm.
How far away are we from the city?
You are vertically about 600 feet.
600 feet away.
Yeah.
So what would happen?
Gotcha.
Parker, unless you have an idea, I have something to ask.
Mm-hmm.
What would happen if I became a ray of light and moved, I don't know, 700 feet into the city in an instant?
You could totally do that, but you'd be leaving everyone behind.
Well, listen, that is not. I'm just saying it's an option we have. I would have to sit here and power it up like Iron Man for a hot second, but that is an ability that I have. It takes me 3 rounds, so 18 seconds to power it up. So I would be stuck wherever we were. Wherever I landed to get a better look, I would be stuck there for the time it took me to get a better look plus 20 seconds. A lot can happen in 20 seconds.
Indeed.
Right.
So
Can we hack the guns?
That's what I was thinking.
You get inside, probably.
Yeah.
Do we see any entrance?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, absolutely. You know what? Make me a perception check, Dex.
Right. That is a 14.
Great. I mean, it's not very hard to find an entrance, actually. There's a large set of blast doors that are set on the side. It looks like where they'd send out patrols, probably.
Right. I wonder if I can do something kind of fun.
I wish you would.
I wish I would too. So Caster's going, all right, give me a second. He's going to take a single battery and he's just going to like plug it into the earth and use his custom rig to sort of start making like circuitry that spreads and bleeds into the earth and starts making like a homemade computer.
Amazing.
Okay.
So this ability is called Natural Computer. With 1 minute of work, I use my custom rig and a battery on an unworked surface like ground, tree, or rock face. And so basically I can survey, let's see, I know the general direction and distance of attuned materials, and you can use the interface to surveil its surroundings at a distance of 50 feet times your mechanic level, which is a total of 300 feet. And the surveillance square has ordinary vision but can see only out of 30 feet.
Wow.
So I'm
We
wondering.
can all do some weird, fucked up shit now. It's just.
Yep.
I'm like, well, I'll become a ray of light and go down there. Well, it sucked to get stuck alone. Okay, well, I'll just turn a tree into a computer and like just see what I see within, I don't know, half that distance. Is that enough? Like, it's what else can everybody else do now? What is going on?
We'll find out as we go. All right.
I know.
Yes. Great. So I'm plugged that into the floor or the ground. Hopefully I can get a little bit more surveillance.
Yeah, what are you looking for? What are you trying to find out? Where are you looking?
I would assume that like the walls, like in like deep, are made of earth.
So no, it's kind of like a
No.
bubble underneath, right?
Okay.
Right. So you guys are standing on the lip, or close to the lip of this like bubble that surrounds the city of Sky, which is underneath it. Am I making sense? Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to see like deep down, like. Like, if I were to put that surveillance square deep down about 300 feet, like halfway between us and, and Sky, the city, what can I survey through the earth?
And the vision is visual or what
It is surveillance or ordinary vision, but you can see only out of 30 feet.
So your circuits dig down through the earth and pop out the bottom, and you're able to see all of the stuff that Amaruk saw, right? But now you have like a permanent eye in the sky over the city.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Great.
Any signs of life? Any?
So all the things that I told Amaruk. You're just seeing a little bit closer up the things that Amaruk saw,
Exactly.
right?
Jabby, if we get close to the doors, do you think
Yeah.
there's a way you can hack in? It's okay if no. I don't want to like force you to do anything, but if there's a way that we could,
Well, I mean,
maybe.
much as it pains me to say, I think Castor's a better hacker between the two of us. His work
Really?
his work is spot on.
He doesn't look
thank
like
you.
as much of a hacker as you do. Yeah, Castor,
that a
thoughts
lot.
about hacking like from, like closer in? Is that a bad call?
Absolutely not. I'd have to get closer in if I'm going to remote hack.
Great.
Question.
I'm not seeing a lot of life signs here. It seems pretty dead. I mean,
Can we track Mercy?
I can. And I'm gonna cast no coordinates, and I'm going to
Yeah.
a
Yes.
holographic
yes.
image,
Yes.
a blue holographic image of sky appears between my palms, and we're going to find the coordinates of.
Miles
This
hates us so
Miles
much.
is so mad.
Oh, I knew that this would make you so
Yeah.
angry.
I had to save my squirrel friend, Miles.
The Brisbacks? No.
No, Squawks is on the ship.
I know.
I believe exact location. Is that what it is? No.
DM Daddy's so mad.
I know.
He's gonna punish us.
I'm also assuming we can't see into the building at all. There are no windows or anything on this control tower.
There are windows higher up, yeah.
How high up?
I mean, about where Amaruk was flying up to get a look down.
How high up did you go? Ish.
I mean, how high do you want me to have
I mean,
gone?
could you carry me up there?
Yeah, absolutely. Jump on. Yeah,
Jab pack.
jab pack. You're like falcoring to the max atop these giant wings as I rocket into the sky. In fact, just for fun. Oh wait, no, never mind. I can't do that till later. You know what? Just nothing for fun. Everything for sad.
Okay.
I fly up. I fly up into the air.
Great, you're
Okay.
there.
Can you get me 30 feet within 30 feet of the window?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'd like to burn a resolve point and use flash teleport to teleport inside.
Great. You're inside.
I go. He didn't tell me he was going to do that over the comms, and I'm just like,
I just imagine Amaruk just yeeting Jabby and then just him just out of existence.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
He
I
like turns around and waves.
telepathic message, so we're in contact for the next bit.
Yeah.
I'm inside now, and I cast invisibility on myself.
Great.
Okay.
So I can just sneak around.
So you disappear.
yeah, and
Yeah.
yeah, she responds to your message because I can respond to you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She goes, I thought the whole point was so that we wouldn't be alone in there.
Oh. Yeah. That's a good point, but maybe I can open the doors for us or something.
Okay.
What do I see?
Where are you going, Jabby?
I would love
you're in a
to-
hallway right now.
I'm in a hallway. Oh boy. Okay. Well, I would love to stealth to the nearest computer where do I think
Great.
there would be access?
So you begin to explore this area. Where's your general exploration trying to go? Give me direction.
From where we were in orbit and when we got closer, I would love to go to whatever looks like would have access to controlling the turrets if I can turn them off.
Cool. I feel like your computer skill is enough to suppose that would be probably at the top of the control tower is where they
Great,
begin
and I'd like
that
to go
stuff.
there.
Great. So you start to head up, and as you do, Castor is like starting to pull this energy out. Right, it's your first time casting this spell without supervision. Right, you're like slowly trying to grind it out, and the lines of the atlas are forming back and forth. And you're slowly pulling this information together, you see little sparks of red inside as it starts to give you bits and pieces of information. Jabby, you wander through this place. A dust covers everything gently. It's windless. There's no sound of air conditioning. There's no sound of any air being cycled through. When you finally find your way through several rooms that look like they weren't ever used in the first place, you find an elevator. Press the button. It doesn't light up. You tap it a couple more times, and it bings on, and an elevator begins to approach from down below. Slowly.
Is there a stairwell I could take instead?
Absolutely.
I'd like to take the stairwell.
It's very, very stuffy in the stairwell. Very, very stuffy. As there's no air being brought through, you sweat profusely as you start to climb these stairs, right? But from where Amaruk flew you up to, it's only a couple flights up to the top room. And you have to, like, jimmy the door open at the top, like pull it open with a crowbar, and it kind of, like, shifts open, sending dust settling into the rest of the room, flying up into the air. And this control room is completely empty. The dust is a little bit lighter here, but you walking around see several cups of coffee that look about half drunk. One of them has a couple bugs in it.
Ew.
There's a magazine that's left open in an adjacent break room. You can see the, like, blinking lights of all the messages and hails that this place has gotten. And the chairs are, most of them, pushed in just far enough where a dwarf could be sitting in them. Down below, your atlas springs to life, caster. And it's empty. Mercy is not on Sky.
Twice I've used this and already I haven't found anybody yet. Oh, well, that's disappointing.
The truth is, she was here, but Miles is just mad that you had the ability. So
No.
I'm kidding.
Don't do that.
Kidding.
Don't take Helena's moment.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Thank you, Caster. I appreciate that.
You gonna be okay?
Yes, we should probably just see what's going on here. And she, like, starts, like, inching slowly towards, like, where the doors are to try and get in.
Absolutely. The doors open in front of you, and this, like, speeder bay sits mid-operation, silent and empty. Tools spread out around one ruined speeder, not fully put away. And the thing that strikes you is just the pervasive silence.
It's like everything just got lifted out of its place. It doesn't feel right. It feels very, very misplaced.
She kind of steps in behind you and looks around, and she thinks about the effect of the light, that third light just flickering and then disappearing as if it was never even there. And she says, something is coming?
Down below, underneath where your camera can see, Parker, you can see that around the palace there's some flickering and little bits of light. It looks like several vehicles are being moved around from one side to another.
Great. I relay this to the party. Or to... Wait, I can probably relay that to Jabby as well. Is there a range for a telepathic message?
Yes, I think it's 100 feet.
Yeah.
I think
So
it'd be
Jabby's a
probably
little
not.
out of range, but it's okay.
Yeah.
You can send a message.
100 feet plus 10 feet per level, so 190 feet.
We also have like crew communications
Right.
on
Yeah,
planet, so
absolutely.
you can.
Oh, that's
send a
right.
message.
That's right. Yes, of course.
Call me, beat me.
I call
Okay.
you beep. I call you beep you. Got some
We
mid-
need to get inside.
Okay.
Great.
Can I
Jabby, make
give
that
us
computer's check.
access?
Yeah.
All right. That is a 30.
That is a 30. Nice. There's a whirring sound as the various different systems shut down, and all of you can feel the crunch of the barrels retracting inside of their housing and descending down into the earth as the defenses of Sky are shut down, opening your way.
Would I also be able to get access to security cams for the room that I'm in?
Yeah, absolutely.
Based on the magazine in the other room, could I just rewind until I find the day that whatever happened happened?
Security cameras record 24 hours of the past.
Oh, okay. Then based on the month, could I look at the area around the date on that magazine?
There are a couple of saved files because of worker mess ups, right? Because they only save stuff that they have to use for each 24
Right.
hours. But none of them. I mean, there's one video of a little altercation between two dwarves. That's like 5 days before, but it seems to be over, largely over sports.
Okay.
Sports.
Well, would I be able to, I guess, download a feed of this to review later?
Yeah.
Then I'd like to do that. We're all clear on my end. We can fly in now. Looks like whatever happened here happened quick.
Thank you, Jabby.
Can I go down to join them?
Okay.
Great.
We go down to join you, I assume.
She says, and she kind of like puts a hand on Kia's shoulder, and she says, "Missing isn't gone."
Kia like shoves it off and goes,
Yeah.
"Fuck you, let's go."
Ooh, spicy.
Sorry.
It's okay. Yeah.
Elena
She-
says sorry.
She takes it.
Could I have, before going back, checked to see if there were any Eoxian ships in the system recently, based on the transmission logs?
Nothing.
None? Okay.
All right. And just like Sky, it seems like tonight we will end in silence.
That's radio silence for you. That's the
Oh.
static.
All right, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming. We're going to take a brief break, and then we're going to do our weekly talk back. We have a lot of people who followed just tonight. I don't know if y'all are still hanging out.
Yeah,
But every
welcome.
week after our game, we do a little talk back and hang out with you guys. Just for fun and for free. So don't go anywhere. Get another beer like I'm going to, and let's chill out. Let's chill out for a minute, everybody. All right. Mwah. Be well. See you in a flash. Ugh. Sorry, y'all.
That was
No, it's okay.
good.
It's-
That's creepy.
It's like 5:40 something. I wish cats could talk, because then they could like tell us it's like, hey, can we have a rest stop? So instead I'm just gonna be nervous all day. Yeah, I know.
Y'all ready for some tips?
I really want to make a shell necklace so that I can be the sea goddess that I am.
Gonna go annoy Aizawa again. I'm gonna go annoy Aizawa again. Think upon dungeons we've seen and smile back on where we've been. So let's empty our flagons and toast to the dragon. Then I'll find my coral heart.
Hello everybody and welcome to my channel, where the performing arts and nerdiness combine. My name is Parker Wallace. I am an actor, singer, writer, songwriter, and performing artist. I frequently stream tabletop RPGs, specifically Starfound, a Starfinder actual play podcast and Twitch stream. And on it, I play Castor9, a handy-dandy robot who knows how to dress like a dapper gentleman, happy to be of service. And I'm also featured in the Tableverse podcast as the same kid. So stream occasionally with Manapot Studios. Excuse me. It just keeps on coming, what the f. So what am I going to put on this channel? It's going to be a combination of the things I love. Voice acting, performing arts, and reaction vids. I'll be posting some comic dubs, as well as covers to songs, and previously recorded performances. Because I am a musical theater actor. I have a diploma. It's a bachelor's of music. Do you guys want to see? I will also be posting reaction videos of things that I haven't seen before, whether it be movies, anime, TV shows, I don't know, maybe a meme compilation or two. I've also been getting into makeup, and if you want to see some of those tutorials, I'm your dude. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, and please like and subscribe if you like my videos, because you'll see more of them later. Thank you guys so much, and have a wonderful day.
I'm Miles Duffield, and congratulations on finding Geeks for Good, the home of great storytelling, of power.
All right, we're back, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging around.
Wow.
That was a lot of fun. I love our Civilization days.
I do.
I love them
Our
so
what?
much. Our days where we
Civilization
played
days.
Civ 5.
Civ 5 for the first episode
5.
of a season. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's true.
Classic.
I mean, it was pretty cool to see how everyone, like, spent the 6 months, because I was really excited to, like, share that with y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love it
for
because
sure.
these little solo quests always feel
Yeah.
so personal and so activated. You know?
Yeah.
They're always really, really important to me. So we were talking about a thing before we went live. We were talking about what would each of your characters deadly sins be?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still very curious if any of you want to
for sure.
contribute.
Lust. No.
No, that's Kia's for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Not in a sexual sense per se, but the constant coveting of
Desire.
Yeah, it's just a constant wanting that she has.
I can see that.
She's not complacent when she should be complacent. There's no contentment in her life. Yeah, that's definitely her constant thing. She wants to constantly be doing stuff.
Yeah, I'm super into that.
Yeah. That's what I think.
Anybody else got any ideas what yours
I
would be?
do. I think for Jabby, it's envy, but a subtle envy, because he looks around and sees. I think seeing Bright Claw is particularly painful for him, for reasons he can't say. But seeing the life that's here, and seeing that there's a community here, and a precise sense of not belonging, having envy for what could be, what could have been.
Huh.
Could have been for you or could have been for the
Jackie.
place? Oh, okay.
Oof.
Miles's face.
I've done a lot of thinking about this.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. That's a good character question.
What about you as a GM? Pride?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
I mean,
I'm
me as
joking,
A,
I'm
me
joking.
as a person, that is my.
No, I'm
Press.
joking.
Yeah.
It's a Leo
joke.
thing.
It's less of a
Yeah,
joke
it is
when
it's
you're
a Leo
spitting
thing.
truth.
I didn't mean to spit truth. My bad. I meant to spit lies.
Yes, you did. Yeah, no, pride is just definitely my flaw. It less than making me into an asshole. My pride keeps me from doing things for fear of being seen ill.
Oh God, that's real.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah.
Same, honestly.
I know, right? We've all got a bit of it, you know?
For sure.
I don't know what Amaruk would be at all. Because every one of these things I could interpret into her in some. I mean, we all exhibit all of these sins in one way or another. The sense of like the easy one would be pride or vanity, right? But I don't think she spent the last 6 months feeding. I guess it's not really vanity. Like I was like, oh, she was feeding her vanity, but it was more like I need to appear some way for other people to be able to accept me. And so in that way, it's almost like a lust for acceptance, like a lust for being seen as capable. Because everyone either sees her as the most capable in the most, but in only one way, in the most specific way. But she's never seen as being capable by the people she needs to put trust in her. Right? Like coming into this leadership position, she was like, I hope these people in this town think I could do this, but they don't. You know what I mean? The only people who see her, I think that's where her kind of obsession with like what is I must be the concept of the perfect champion and the perfect queen comes. It's out of a need to serve other people desperately, but like that's, I don't know, this is making me think, I'm like, but what hole inside of herself is that filling? I don't know. Maybe
Amaruk's
Chomo
really...
would. No, I'm kidding.
Chomo
Well,
knows all.
covet equals envy.
Yeah.
Hi, Mom. She posted in
I know.
chat.
Thanks, Joe. No,
coveting is an envy
I
thing.
feel like vanity is really big for Amaruk because she is so concerned with how she is seen.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, like, obviously, for
it has
good
to be
reason,
like,
right?
Right.
Because how she is seen has regularly been considered with also how well she survives. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
The two are like super related.
Very well. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that because sorry, go ahead.
No, go.
I kind of like that because I think when people think about what, vanity is or what a high charisma class is, it's often this uh, sense of someone who does it just for the lulls. You know what I
Right.
mean? And
Mhm.
her vanity is not really about, being a sexy bard. It's not about that at all, or self gratification. But there is something she's clearly desperate to prove. And I have to say that and don't know what it like why she's driven to do these things. I know why she, in the short term wants to do this, but I think what I'm saying is I'm learning something about myself in this aspect of this character that I haven't really thought about, and it's freaking me out, and I'm scared. It's freaking me out. Don't
That's
like
why
the
we're
question.
here,
I'm out of
though.
here. This is like when you told me I was a Leo and I didn't like it.
Listen, Spider in chat was just like, Miles, are you going to call Amaruk a Leo again? And I just said, don't encourage him. Oh my God.
Don't fucking do it.
Just thinking about it.
She is, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It's because it's either vanity or pride. It's between those two because Amaruk is so proud.
The other thing I was kind of thinking of, though, was the sense of like sorrow or despair. Like she lets those things, the hopelessness of losing her home or losing her heritage or all of that, like that consumes her. She will do literally anything. She will change the very bedrock of her body to be the champion that her people need to save them. And so she does. And there have been those moments where, when we lost the claw, when she was like, I'm nothing. I'm like, she gives into these moments so easily for being a fighter. And every other time when something sad happens, and this is also kind of where Amaruk and Anne cross over, is like the willingness to give into negative emotion. And I don't mean like wrath. I mean, just like overwrought despair
Yeah.
is really high for her. So I think,
It's
I don't know.
sticky.
Little bit of everything.
Yeah.
A grab bag of sin.
Maybe she's the worst character on the show. No.
Whoa. Caster.
No.
Wrath, I think. And it's really hard to. It was really hard to kind of like pin down exactly which one it was gonna be. Cause I was like, is it pride? No, because he does really care about what other people think about him. But there's one thing I do know about Castor is that if you fuck with him or the people he loves, he will fucking destroy you. Like,
Right.
and like a little bit of that is kind of coming into play again with like putting like jerry rigging a decoupler grenade on a piece of equipment that would have killed the baby specimen, or like about to use a glamored knife as a enhanced interrogation tactic, basically.
Yeah, I haven't pushed you that far yet.
You haven't, but it's in the backstory. It's in the backstory, certainly.
I wish you would.
Oh,
I know.
Castor needed time to develop. Jabby needs
It's
more
true.
time.
God.
Castor is coming into his own. It's interesting to see how much he has changed from the good old boy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Keo, we've already come out the onion.
Yeah, you have your.
I
Yeah,
know.
but-
I'm
Not the
living my
oven.
best.
Yeah.
My best life.
I mean,
We're baked.
You just keep surprising me, Helena.
In a good way or a bad way?
Yeah, no, great ways. I told you it's a good way multiple times. Yes. Good.
I know. Okay. I just get nervous.
And I'll keep telling you.
Thank you. I appreciate the
and also
constant
calling
validation.
you out for being down on yourself.
Yes, please.
But yeah, so I haven't been able to like keep up with your character arc because you didn't give me that many knives to begin with. But like the fact that you directly connected yourself to someone who had to leave did all the work I needed it to do. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Amaruk it's just, I mean, I have a tendency to think of tabletop role-playing games where one person is the protagonist because it's a thing that we're like used
It's
to.
a movie.
Right? It's
Yeah.
a story structure that we're used to, right?
Mhm.
And Amaruk is definitely the protagonist of this story. Does that mean that we don't listen to the other characters very often or much at all? No, not at all. But the entire character arc is focused around Amaruk's character problem.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We wouldn't be on Bright Cloth if it weren't for Amaruk.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I'm
sorry.
So I
yeah.
hear that, right? And I want to reinforce the fact that it's not all about you.
Right.
And the fact that we need a central thread to wrap it around, to wrap the campaign around, right? The fact that it is character related is a bonus for me because that means that everyone gets extra relationship engaged in it. Like normally it would be like, okay, we have to stop the wizard in the tower, right? Unless the wizard is someone's fucking brother, no one cares, right? They're like, okay, cool, we're doing this for the good of everybody. And then you get to have your own little side stories on the side. And those are everyone's favorite part. So why not make that be what we're doing the whole time and then also have our cool Mass Effect side character missions that we go on at the same time?
It's fine. I guess I just like that. My response to hearing that is like, everything you're saying makes sense, right? Everything you're saying makes sense. I'm scared. No, I very much want to make sure that everybody feels seen and like they get their moments.
Yeah, totally.
And so when I hear that, it makes it, I know my fault as Anne, right? As Anne as a person is that I overspeak and I over deliver. And so it's scary to hear like, oh, I don't like hearing the word protagonist and relating it to a character I'm playing. I'm like, did I do it? Is it my fault? Because the last thing I would want to hear from people I'm playing with is you're playing your character like she is the protagonist.
Absolutely.
Does that make sense?
100%.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to be like therapeutic about this in any way, but that has never been a way that I have perceived you.
Yeah.
Not a single time personally.
Yeah.
Right. And I felt comfortable building the main thread of the campaign around your character because I was aware of your ability to share the spotlight.
Yeah.
Which is good to hear. And I mean, I'm not trying to, in my way of not making it about me, make it about me. It's just we share so much vulnerability in these talkbacks that I think other tables that are sharing their stories don't necessarily share. And so I wanted to share my reaction to you saying that because I felt it's valuable.
100%. I'm sorry if you
Well, there are totally moments.
No, it's totally fine. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, there are totally moments where it does feel like it is Amaruk's story, and that I think is like an interesting balance for everyone to play because it's gonna, all of the content, all of the media that we take in, it's like it's Frodo's story, but everybody else is just as important in this story.
Yeah,
exactly.
So it's really interesting in a tabletop RPG setting to have, 4 protagonists going through the entire story, and not choosing one to stick with and making the actual choice to go, okay, this is a spoked story and it's going to add complication that we're going to have to grapple with.
It's still an ensemble piece, and and you can still have a protagonist and still have that. It's the thread of the narrative is enwrapped in Amaruk's story. But if you were to take I think a great story is that you could take any character from the story and then say, well, if they were the main character of their own story, this is how the narrative would be set up. And I think we accomplish that because all of our characters are so distinct and have very particular wants and flaws that I don't think we have to worry about like a central character taking up the spotlight.
Well, I also think, comparing it to Lord of the Rings really, really helps me, right?
Yeah.
Contextualize the commentary and the triggering statement of the word protagonist. No, but I think what it makes me think of is like everyone in that story is fighting to destroy the ring. The story is about destroying the ring and expelling evil from the world. But we still care about Aragorn's search for his identity and whether he thinks he can be a king. We still
And Sam and Rosie.
Right.
We care about Sam and Rosie. We care about Merry and Pippin. We care about Fanghorn Forest. We care about, you know, all of these, about Saruman's fall. We care about all of these different things.
Yeah.
But the story is still quintessentially about destroying the source of great evil in a world that needs that to happen.
Yeah.
I think the word protagonist has this connotation of the camera is glued to this character.
Yeah.
Whereas protagonist really just this is the character that is facing adversity and conflict, and the narrative is
the point of inspiration to embroider around.
Sort of,
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, listening to this conversation, I think that the word protagonist is wrong.
Yeah.
Right. But it's the closest word that I know to I mean, I don't know. I haven't watched all that much role-playing game content, right? But I don't know anyone else who has used this same kind of a story structure to wrap all the things around one character's arc,
hook,
right? And hook. Like, as far as I know, this is fairly unique, right? So I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm trying.
I mean, none of us do.
Right?
We're just doing the best we can out here.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think
so.
that
There's
that
no
sense
word
of
for that, right? There's no word for the leader of an ensemble cast, really.
Captain.
Captain.
There she is.
There she is. You're our captain, Amaruk. Yeah. It just reminds. I love tabletop RPGs because it feels like. It's such a very specific analogy, but it's very personal to me. The Titanic the musical is I know is such an ensemble piece because there's no clear main character, and when I was part of it, people would keep on asking me, who's playing Jack, who's playing Rose? I'm like, nobody. They don't exist. They were integral for Titanic the movie, but for the musical, every single character is a person that was on the ship, and they all have their own wants, they have their own needs, and it's the tragedy that brings them all together. The iceberg is the antagonist.
Well, we've we've
Funny.
all said
Iceberg is me. I am the iceberg.
it's true that now we know
Tag
your
yourself.
Your deadly sin is iceberg. So I think one thing that is very true about our story is that it's always been about finding home.
Yes.
Right? We've said that from the beginning. And that, you know, yes, that is very related to the hashtag relatable content of, you know, Logic being at a dying star and needing the necessity, because that's the framework around which that theme is built.
Yes.
But finding a home for the Vlaka is just an opportunity for these people to have to come together and create a home for one another. Which is kind of, you know, that's Logic, the star, and Logic is our ring, right? In this tale. Like that's the ring. But the ring isn't, I mean, in a way, I guess you could say it is a character in the piece, but the ring is not the most important part of Lord of the Rings, even though it's, you know, title of show. It's the friends we made along
You make
the way.
along the way. Oh my God, Anne, we were about to say the same thing.
Yeah, beach.
That was really well put.
I miss you.
It'd be really
Thank you
interesting.
for explaining my story.
Yeah, it's
You're
like
anytime.
Good.
yeah, it's like protag, and then like in literary terms, there's like the lancers who are act kind of like as foils. Only in this case, you have like 3 foils.
Yeah.
Well, also you have Amaruk and Goruk, and like what's happening
True.
there.
Yeah.
I mean,
and
who knows?
killing
Sumo?
bugs constantly. Did you get it?
Sorry, no, it's the same one. It just keeps. I'm sorry, it's driving me fucking crazy. It's making me crazy.
It's got a high dexterity
So I
modifier.
would
It's
think
very
that
tiny.
spoked story is perfect.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
such a good term, Helena. Well done. Did you
Yeah,
go to
it's a
NYU?
Oh my god, I did. Crazy,
Oh my god,
right?
me too.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh, so me
Was
too.
this
So
way too
smart.
expensive for what I did?
Yeah,
Yeah.
lots of
yeah.
rolling on the ground. Lots of rolling.
Mhm.
A lot of rolling on the ground.
But yeah, I
Lots
think.
of
Ha,
I did that at my significantly
yeah.
less expensive school too.
I mean,
I know,
yeah,
it's
I bet
crazy.
you did. I
Yeah.
bet you did.
I think it'd be really interesting to see each character's want versus need. It's a very, I know it's a very like screenplay, like
Mhm.
frame of mind to look at this through. But
Big
it's always,
question.
it's so, I always like analyzing characters like that, because I think Caster's need is coming, he's still trying to find his need. I think.
Hmm.
Is the thing. Yeah, I see you. I see you.
Yeah,
Dex.
Jabby zipping your lips.
I can literally say nothing on this
Yeah.
topic.
Exactly.
Also, I'm really excited about, speaking of like want versus need, and us also feeding each other knives, right? Like we all like I was super excited because when we had our semi reveal at the end of the last season, that was not to our characters but just to us, that there's something up with Jabby. I was like, oh man, I could look for an opportunity to not trust him, right? But
Mhm.
the real story for Amaruk is trusting everybody.
Mhm.
That's the more
Yeah.
interesting choice, and she has no reason not to. So
course.
when we were looking at who should hold the keys to the castle, like it had to be Jabby, like both for reasons outside of the story, because that is the most interesting choice that gives us a chance to interact with what's your character like. I want to bring out that story so that people can see more of it, right?
Mhm.
And that's one of the things that I think some people think about when they're playing role-playing games, and some people don't. But I just did a whole video on it. You can go watch it on YouTube about like assumption triggers,
Plugged.
right? And
Mhm.
how giving other people the gift of an opportunity for their character to screw something up, or an opportunity for them to live their best lives, or whatever it is. I think that can be so super fun. In this case, tonight it was me. I didn't know what you were gonna do with that, with that opportunity, with
Yeah.
that knife. But I was like, here, have a sword and stab me. I don't know what you're gonna do. Maybe you won't. But I just like that we play together
Mhm.
in a space to make story rather than to win story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So good.
You can't
That's good.
win. You can't
Can't
win
win.
Starfinder. Sorry.
Sorry,
True.
sorry.
Or at least not Starfound.
Yeah,
Not
we
Starfound.
Yeah.
we can't win for sure.
All of us as a group can sort of win.
Yeah,
And then
sure.
season 3 starts.
and then
Yeah.
and then new show.
Yeah.
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 Absolutely.
It's
Alright.
it's definitely interesting because I see it, and I know this is partially Dexter rationalizing, but also I think a look into the character I can see as it's not betrayal if I wasn't on your side to begin with, but I also like you.
Damn it.
So this hurts. And it's like, how am I going to mess this up? Because Gabby's way smarter than I am. Because in all the times when I've been thinking about this, I'm just like, I don't know how this is justified. Because y'all are supposed to be a job. I'm not supposed to like you, but I do.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
And so it's like, ooh, this is crunchy to dig
Just
into.
remember what you're doing it for.
sometimes the ends justify the memes.
Just remember.
And
what
I
you're
was
doing it for.
talking with Anne about this on our break, how it's interesting the choices we chose for upgrading, because I was leaning way heavier into like a spider motif with Jabby, because the 6 arms and the 2 legs, kind of like a spider
Mhm.
design, and also with all the silken webs. And Amaruk's got the whole butterfly thing going, and I've got this whole web of lies to maintain now.
Yeah.
And I just think it's kind of fun how that just kind of went.
And
together.
I could turn into a bug.
It's true.
We're
We're all
very
about bug parts on
insectile.
Starfound.
I gave you guys
Bug
one
parts.
nudge, and look what happened.
Yeah.
The swarm.
All right.
Parker, what bug are you?
What bug am I? I'm a cockroach.
Tag yourself. You're a what?
Honestly,
I'm a
a cockroach
cockroach.
makes a lot of
A lot of
sense for you
sense.
because you're a survivor.
I'm a survivor.
And that exo
Not
cortex.
gonna give up.
I'm a praying mantis,
cockroach.
probably.
I'm gonna fly harder.
And on that note, I think it's time for us to go to bed.
Time to go to bed. Let's plug our
boy.
stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah,
all
let's
so
plug our
much. Yeah,
stuff.
plug your shit.
Well, who wants to go first?
Someone else because I'm getting my links.
You,
Okay,
go,
great.
you usually go in reverse. So Helena, start.
All right. Hello. I am Helena Anderson, also known as the Magic Llama Mood on the internet, on Instagram, on YouTube, and TikTok. You can follow me there. I'll put my link in the chat. I post new YouTube videos every Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern. A hot tip for you, tomorrow's video going up at 12 p.m. Eastern is D&D related. So get pumped and stoked and ecstatic.
Yes. I'm so
Great.
excited.
That is all.
All right, Parker.
Great. I'm going to link my YouTube channel there, Parker
Great.
Wallace. I'm also on Twitter, at Parker Wallace, where I post Twitter polls to see what new video I'm going to make. I usually make React videos. I'm thinking of making song covers, comic dubs. But this week, I'm going to post a video about an art challenge. So that'll be very
Ooh.
fun. That's
Nice.
very fun, very unique. I'm sure no one's done that before.
Yeah, because a challenge is something that nobody's done.
Nope, never. And not last week on their YouTube channel like Helena did.
I know.
All right, all right, all right.
Yeah, that's me.
I've been shamed into silence.
Dex.
I'm Afro Cinderella on TikTok, and Dexstar Warren on Instagram, but anxious all the time.
It's true, and you make art out of it. It's very
Exactly.
true.
I do.
All right, is it me or is it you, Miles?
I
I don't remember.
We've broken down.
It's-
We're
it's-
a shambles of our
Yeah.
previous selves.
Is it me or you? Either way, it doesn't matter.
I'm Miles Duffield, and I stream on Geeks for Good, twitch.tv/Geeks for Good, and I'm also a professional GM, and you can find out more information about that at milesduffield.com. Please come hang out with me. I'm going to be streaming tomorrow at 1 o'clock p.m. Let's play some Fall Guys tomorrow, Anne. Yeah, teach me
I
the
will be
ways.
there for some of the time because tomorrow night I have to set up for a crazy stream here
Is-
on this channel, which I'll tell you
Oh.
about when it's my turn to plug it. Did
Okay,
you want
go,
to finish
plug.
talking about? Okay, yeah. But Fall Guys, yes, absolutely, I will be there. I will be raging as I've been known to do on this channel. For sure, several times a week. I rage, aka stream. Different content, sometimes Fall Guys, sometimes painting miniatures, sometimes playing role-playing games, and so much more. And it is a joy to do that. So thank you. Welcome to the Baby Bards, everyone who followed tonight. It's awesome to see our little family growing on the internet. However, I also have a YouTube channel at youtube.com/Ann Richmond, where you can find new videos every Wednesday. The last month has been dedicated to videos about Starfinder, shocking, and also videos about D&D and different kind of tactics you can use for character creation, be it developing backstory, developing front story. I just have a lot of opinions. Shocking, I know. And the other place you can find content from me is, of course, on Patreon, patreon.com/Hearthsinger Games. You can get, oh, Jesus Christ. I just started playing a video on another fucking screen. That's fine. Totally professional.
Sounds good
There
here.
you go.
Here.
So I was like, ha, ha, I'm talking to myself. So yeah, so basically on my Patreon, you'll get access to a bonus podcast every week. You get early access to videos. You can get miniatures that I've painted and access to games GM'd by me. All sorts of cool stuff. So there's something for everybody over there. And thanks so much for coming tonight to hang out.
Thank you so much, Star Fam. See you soon. Mwah. Next Thursday.
Bye.